Hey, Kano. Thanks for redeeming first. How are you? Thanks for the hydrate. I am trying to find a certain thingy because I'm trying because I totally forgot how was it trigger fire? No, yeah, trigger fire. Because I totally forgot how stuff works. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Overlays? I think. Hey, Seaweed! Happy New Year, everyone!
We pray at night, we stalk at night. We're the rats.
I
I'm
think
the
it's browser
giant
source?
rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of troll we can get ourselves into.
Hold on, let me... What happens if I do this? Ah! It becomes gigantic. Perfect. Okay, we're waiting for the ad break, but I did it at as the end of the year present. Sorry, but I'm still like have something stuck in my throat. I have no idea why, but I'm drinking lots of water to get rid of it. But it's been there. I've had that cough for like I don't know. It's been almost a month now. So how's everyone? How's everyone's New Year's? I'll ask again in a minute and 30 because we still have ad break right now. But I'd like to get it started. How's everyone's New Year's? Kingdom Hearts. I just beat the Ice Titan. Ooh, nice. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, Yan's gonna start streaming it on Monday, so you guys should check him out. And I think no, sorry, I'm thinking of a different thing. He got Silent Hill F as well. Ooh. He's been spending money, which concerns me because he got no money. I mean, he didn't buy Kingdom Hearts. I bought him Kingdom Hearts, but he got no money. He's supposed to be saving it. That's the whole reason why I got him. Oh, you got him Silent Hill F. Okay. Welcome back from the ad break. Hello, everyone. We're gonna get back into Ace Attorney investigations, but I hope everyone had a great New Year's. I had a mediocre one. I just stayed at home and lazed around, hung out with some IRL friends. But besides that, everything was actually good. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed just lazing around. I'm tired. Tried a new type of bulldog though. Isaiah, I actually had buldak right before. Yakisoba. Yakisoba. Yakisoba is a Japanese style noodles. I've had it. It tastes like yakisoba, so at least that's nice. It's just a spicy yakisoba. Hi, boy. How are you? How's your New Year's? I got him Dragon Ball, and then there was a bug, so he asked me to refund it. Then I got him Silent Hill. Ah, no, that is just cold soba. The yaki in yakisoba means cooked. The black sauce and green flakes threw me off. I believe the green flakes is either I'm pretty sure that's nori, which is seaweed. Aw, 50-50? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope the year gets progressively better for you, man. And the black sauce is a traditional yakisoba sauce. It's a soy sauce compound, I believe. How dare you? My green flakes are excellent. So nori means seaweed in Japanese. So it's most likely nori that you had. It is an acquired taste. Use red sauce and black flakes. I also bought some dumplings and no cookout. Okay, it depends on the dumplings. If you got round dumplings, you can pan fry them, but the optimal way to cook them is to steam it. If you don't know how to steam it, you're supposed to get a steam basket for your pot. Put water right to the level right before the steam basket, and then you boil the water, and then you just put I guess you could put like parchment paper on top of the basket, and then you put the dumpling on top of that parchment paper. If you want, if it's in Korean, I can read it out for you. If it's in Japanese or Chinese, I cannot help you. But if you want, you could DM me a picture of the go check it on your own time then. Excellent. But yeah, usually you can just pan fry it. Just put a light drizzle of oil. Make sure it's hot, and then just put the Chinese dumplings. Okay, then usually that's steamed. I mean, there's also pan fried Chinese dumplings. Actually, you know what? Pan fried is still good. I prefer pan fried. Steamed makes the dumpling wrapper chewy. But I love pan frying it because it makes it crispy. But you know what you can do? You could start the pan, heat it up with a little add a little bit of oil. Once it's hot enough, put the dumpling upside down. Let it cook a little so that you get a nice like a light sear on it. And then you flip it right side up and put it to and while you're cooking it, cover it with a lid so that it steams up the rest of so that it cooks evenly the rest of the dumplings. And then once you get a golden brown on the bottom side of the dumpling, then it's ready to eat. I mean, that's how we usually eat it, and I think that's the best way to eat it. I'm not just genetics to ruin food. I love the British. The most British food that you can ever eat is tikka masala. I think that's the joke, right? The best British food you can ever eat is tikka masala. Because like I've seen British cuisine and it looks. I'm gonna be straight up with you. British cuisine seems very, very bland. Because we stole spices. It's like, you have all these spices, how are your foods still bland? And I've seen your jellied eels. Holy shit, your jellied eels makes me want to like hurl. I know I hate seafood. Like, I may be biased in because I hate seafood, but at the very least, your jellied eels makes me want to like, it makes me want to krill myself, man. But crumpets? Okay, I'll give you guys crumpets. I'll give you guys crumpets. I'll give you guys tea, because actually no. Okay, the British have the correct tea. They have the proper tea. Wait, Yorkshire puddings? Wait, isn't Yorkshire pudding also stole the tea? Wait, I'm gonna look it up. Yorkshire pudding, because I swear to God, oh, okay, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Ooh, actually, you know what? It makes me. Why is there meat and potatoes on? Meat, potatoes, and carrots on this Yorkshire pudding? Hello? Okay, but okay, but you guys have like roast beef, but like Americans do it better. We make better roasts. Also, I need to like I remember that like I need to remove myself what pudding is in Britain. So you want to see? Yeah, sure. DM it to me. We'll take a look at it, and then I'll read it out loud on stream. So yeah, spotted dick. This one I'm gonna look up on incognito. Oh, it's another pudding. Ooh, custard. Okay, you got me with custard, because I fucking love custard. Traditional British steamed pudding, historically made with suet. How do I pronounce it? Suet. You guys use it. Why do you have to use suet to make it? What the hell? I hate it. It could have been okay. You could have done anything, but you guys use suet to cook it, and just butter would be fine. But you know what? I would try it. I would try it regardless. You know what? I think the Japanese propaganda has a point. Cooking instruction. It says boil a pot of water, place frozen dumplings in the boiling water, gently stir every 15 seconds. I mean, you can boil it. May dip with vinegar, sesame oil, or chili sauce. Internal temperature is 74 C. It's in English. I mean, yeah, you could boil it. It's gonna I mean, yeah, you could boil it. I prefer if y'all did if y'all did whatchamacallit, steamed. Steamed would be much more preferable, but you know, boiling works. Cook until water boils and dumpling float. Okay, so the cooking. Wait, hold on. The cooking instruction says after 4, gently stir every 15 seconds. After 4 stirs, approximate 4 to 5 minutes. Cook until the water boils and dumpling float up. Like the English is not like it's grammatically kind of even say the name on Twitch. Oh no. Is it like something like pickled cunt? With cunt being something completely different. Or is it a slur? Is it a slur, seaweed? No. Oh, it's a no gay word. Okay. It's the bassoon. Okay. It's the bundle of sticks. It's a cigarette. That one? But like, what I was trying to say is, the cooking instructions, the way it's not like proper, like grammatically proper, makes me think of makes me think of it in an Asian accent. So I'm gonna read it the whole thing with an Asian accent. Boil a large pot of water. Place frozen dumplings in the boiling water. Gently stir every 15 seconds. After 4 stirs, approximate 4 to 5 minutes. Cook until water boils and dumpling float up. Ready to serve after 2 minutes. May dip with vinegar, sesame oil, or chili sauce. Must cook to a minimum internal temperature of 74 C. We got that Uncle Roger accent. Minced off cuts, so like pork, liver, and heart is awful. Oh my god. British. Okay, I see. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Anything with mashed potatoes and peas and gravy looks good to me. I know it's a meatball, but okay, wait. It has offal, so it has a pig heart, liver, and fatty belly meat. But okay, it's really funny. I would totally eat this. But I bet you, like, the way the British prepare it is gonna be so much worse than the Asians prepare it. So I would prepare it like the Asian way. So yeah, I would add seasoning to it, and then I'd eat it. So yeah. Also, yeah, you guys have all the spices, but zero seasoning. Why? Why? You have all these delicious, like you could have made all these delicious food, and you could have elevated it. But you keep it in mediocrity with no seasoning. How dare you? I think we've gotten sidetracked a little too hard, but ah man, I just had food, but like my mouth is salivating. Oh, I remember. I went to an Irish pub a while back, to meet up with some friends, and I don't know how genuinely Irish it is, but we got some. Wait, is it Irish or Scottish? No, it was Scottish. My bad. Black pudding, just so you know. Okay, I know black pudding is blood sauce. Well, like, it's blood sausage, right? Because I remember black pudding is like, yeah. It's a blood sausage. But you know, we Koreans also have blood sausage as well. It's called sundae. I don't know how good it is in Britain, but Korean sundae is so good. I used to hate it, but then like I had it when I was in Korea in like 2017-ish, the end of the year 2017, for my sister's wedding, and I don't know why, it was so good. I would eat it again. You should. Haggis. I do know what haggis is. I had a friend who's Scottish, and he was warning us about haggis. But no, I wouldn't be. I don't know. I guess this is also a cultural thing, like of spices and spices and whatnot. Because I don't know. I've never had British blood sausage, but Korean blood sausage is really tasty, and I would eat it again. So I'm kind of scared to try black pudding, but if it tastes similar to Korean sundae, I would eat it. Sundae. Let me look it up. Yeah, because it's also a blood sausage, and it actually kind of, like, the cross section of it actually kind of looks similar. If you just look up sundae, it's with two O's, S-O-O-N-D-A-E, like, you could kind of see a similarity between the sliced black pudding and what sundae is. But the taste is actually so good. Yeah. It's not for everyone. Again, this is also an acquired taste. But I would highly recommend having it at least once. I just can't reconcile that with the freaking Wikipedia page of this Cornaway black pudding, because it's like, what is that? That is a huge slab of blood sausage, man. I want to see, like, if I just look up blood sauce, there's interesting. There's a lot of different types of blood sausage, not just not just sundae and black pudding. That's cool. But it's really funny because they use sweet rice in sundae. Yeah, I mean that's the noodles part, I believe. Things pork skin along with tofu, bean sprouts, gluten rice, and various spices. Yeah. We also clean the smell of the pig intestines with salt and flour, so not only does it doesn't like reek, it gives it's a nice chewy salty flavor, like jerky. I mean, I wouldn't say jerky, but it's chewier than jerky. Here's that metallic taste. Sounds like nope. Oh, sorry. The blood taste is awful. How? Why? Why would you keep the blood taste? That's like, hello? Anyway, I actually had sundae last week. When my sister was over, we had a stew, like a liver stew. Not stew, a liver soup, and we also got a side dish of blood sausages or sundae. And dude, I was like so into the food. I ate basically. There's 4 of us, right? I basically ate like a third of the whole table. That isn't. Yeah. There's good blood sausages and bad blood sausages. I have had both. I've hated the bad one. Okay. But yeah, sorry. I've gotten too distracted with the food, but I would love to talk more about food, chat. We'll talk more about food. I mean, if you got any other suggestions about food, I'm more than willing to talk about it. But while that's going on, I'll read out the game while we're at it. That's really no way for a prosecutor to think. Not a successful one, anyway. What? But I... what a jerk. Enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Please refrain from taunting the boy. I'm not taunting the boy, he's taunting himself. Ignore him, Eustace. He isn't worthy of your attention. Eustace, go home! I know, right? Listen, buddy. You're weak and you're useless and you're kinda dumb, but... You gotta know that you're being used as a pawn, man. But Gavel! Oh, alright. Why don't I take care of things here for now? In the meantime, you can perform the far more important task of going and checking on the victim. Oh, yeah, good idea. I'll be right back. Excellent. We shall see you shortly then. Mr. Winter is annoying, but totally harmless. Exactly. Judge Gavel, on the other hand. Don't let him near the body. Okay. He might be stupid, but I would trust him to look at the body over Judge Gavel, because who knows? I know she might not be the person to plant evidence or anything, but at the very least we know that Eustace is too stupid to plant evidence. You know? Ms. Bound, please, perhaps you can explain why traces of ubiquium were found in your teapot. I had no idea there was anything like that in there. Perhaps it's one of the ingredients in the dishwashing soap I used. So you're telling us, the court, that you did not intentionally put ubiquium in the teapot? Yes, exactly. Why would I? Until today, I had no idea that it could be even used to make poison gas. Objection! Objection. We know that's true. You're a trained actress, are you not, Miss Bound? I'd have thought you'd be a more convincing liar. What do you mean? But the dish soap washes out? I mean, if you're not thorough enough with the washing, there might be traces. But you know she's lying. She definitely put it in there on purpose. You have access to the Ultimate Cookbook, correct? A book that just happens to contain instructions on how to create the poison gas used in the attack. Meaning it's perfectly possible for you to know exactly how to make it. You're very well informed, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Bound, is what Mr. Edgeworth said is true. The book does contain information on how to make the poison gas, yes. But the fact that I have seen it doesn't make me guilty. Not exactly how the gas was triggered. The victim used a blowtorch to heat the lid of one of the display cases, thereby melting the ubiquium. I see. But he locked himself in the room too, didn't he? Surely that and the fact that he triggered it himself. I thought she fully started beating on Edgeworth with a gavel. You know, considering it's Ace Attorney, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't it point to be it being a suicide attempt? Yeah, because like if you remember Francisca von Karma, holy shit, she would hit everyone with her whip. Goddamn. So she's not willing to admit anything. Furthermore, where would I have gotten hold of the Pesticide Ultra? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you stole it. You know, I did bump into Moody Judy a week ago or so. A week or so ago. And that very evening, I noticed my Infesticide Ultra had gone missing. Judy, surely you didn't. It's delicious. You carry your bag of pharmaceuticals with you everywhere, don't you? There would have been any number of opportunities for someone other than myself to steal it from you. That's true. And I don't have any hard evidence that it definitely was Miss Bound who stole it. Dude, there's clearly something you're not telling us. Why don't you come clean, We all know you never hurt somebody for no reason, so... Not you too. Hi, cat. My cat, so Eunbi? Eunbi loves to walk. Okay, so I have a cat bed right behind my third monitor. And what Eunbi likes to do is she likes to jump on the piano bench that's to my left, jump onto the computer desk, walk in front of me, which is in front of the which is in front of the camera, and then walk behind the third monitor. Can you blame me? We've got one wing disguised as another. A gas trap in one of the display cases. A bag of pharmaceuticals. That's what they all say. Okay, to be fair, there's a lot of top. There's so many like plot points on this. It's so funny. So let me give you the rundown. So I'm pretty sure this guy killed this guy and framed this guy. This guy was a son of a son of the CEO of a pharmaceutical company, and he tried to give away this, basically a recipe for all their pharmaceutical secrets for free on a confectionery contest. And so the pharmaceutical company sent her to infiltrate and win the cookbook back, so that it doesn't get sold, doesn't get given away to random person. But she's here out of loyalty for him and her. But she's a pharmacist, so she's like just here to support her. It's weird that she has like a whole pharmaceutical stuff in her bag, but you know, this is Phoenix, right? They probably have like the whole loop with them if they could. We got one. Oh, and you're the proprietor of the establishment. It's looking like a lot you did it, kiddo. You've got this all wrong. You have to remember, the gallery doesn't have any security cameras, nor any security personnel. If some ill-intentioned person or other wanted to get in undetected, I don't think they'd have much of a problem. Wow, you're practically asking to be burglarized. We need to be more careful. A great thief could have a field day in here. Oh yeah, and she's so Kay is a daughter of we don't have a. Oh wait, she's right here. So Kay is a daughter of a prosecutor, but the prosecutor got assassinated. Oh wait, hold on. The prosecutor, Detective Bad, which is not in here, and a defense attorney worked together to become the great thief Yatagarasu. And but the defense attorney betrayed the team and killed her dad, and now she's motivated to become the second Yatagarasu. So she wants to be a great thief who finds the truth. And I don't think she's joking. And actually, it seems that Mr. Gusto did, in fact, enter the gallery before it opened. Sheesh! Judy's one tough cookie. She's not budging an inch. Maybe it's time to rock a little technique Gregory taught me back in the day. What technique might that be? So hear me out. Everything's connected to what happened 18 years back, yeah? And since we're not getting anywhere by focusing only on the here and now, maybe we ought to approach this from a different angle and look to the past for clues instead. A turnabout in thinking. So my father used this method as well. Alright, let's run this through the old Thinkatron. How was Jews involved in what happened back then? According to Miss Bound, it was because of her that Mr. Frost's flavor ice sculptures melted. And yet his sculptures are here on display at this very gallery today. Is it possible that she... Thank you, Fender. I think I know what I need to ask Miss Bound now. Unadulterated Riz. That's the technique. Exactly. Don't thank me. Don't thank me. Thank you, Pops. Now take it away, Mousy. I'll grab the popcorn. Miss Bound, you say that you were the one who caused Mr. Frost's creations to melt 18 years ago, correct? I'm afraid so. I was young and foolish, and it was a terrible accident. And yet, what you did allowed you to open this exhibit, no? What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If you are going to ask such questions, perhaps a formal testimony from Miss Bound might be the best. But we're not in court! We're not in court, man! We're in an art gallery! Perhaps it might. I'd like to know a little more about the Zodiac Hall, and about why Miss Bound decided to dedicate this space to Mr. Frost's works. Very well. If you believe it to be relevant to the case, I will allow it. Miss Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm innocent. Then please, if you could give us some background on the Zodiac Hall and the pieces on display here. Zodiac Hall. It took 18 years, but at long last I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago. I'd be asking Delicia what Delicia has in that wee bag of hers. Okay, so she had a lot of pharmaceuticals. One of them was the asphyxion chemical that got stolen from her, and that's all that we need to know because she probably has a lot of other dangerous chemicals too, but she's actually a pretty good person. But a place like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. No! She's just British! Can't say that! She's one of your people! Wait, maybe because she's one of your people that you understand that she's on something. Wait, maybe you're onto something. Maybe she's just on sweets, man. She's just on sweets. She loves sweets. Don't blame her. She's trying her best. What a play. So I decided to turn it into an all-art gallery. To that end, I found... Hey, Hayashi! How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I ate one of her cookies once, woke up 3 days later in the bathtub. Wait, she doesn't need that. She's literally the top pharmacist in the pharmaceutical company. She doesn't need more money. I hope you're doing well. I've noticed that you've been streaming too. Hayashi. How you been? I've been doing great. How about you? How was your New Year's? How was your Christmas? Also, I've only just started streaming again like 2 weeks ago, so you have not missed anything at all. I was too busy getting prepped for a special event. Awesome, that's good to hear. Wait, also, Seaweed. She doesn't know how to bake cookies. she can't make confectionaries for shit. She entered the contest and like almost got disqualified right away. Finally have my Hey, that's awesome, Hayashi. Let's go. I don't know what she gave me. She gave you cookies, alright. But she should have been giving you biscuits! Rah! She's British, how could she give you cookies? She's a fraud! But yeah, hey! Hey, that looks cute! I love it, man! So yeah, I'm glad that you're preparing for a debut. I'm excited to hear it. I hope to catch it. That'd be nice. And you know, like I've been busy myself. I hadn't streamed at all for like a whole year, almost a whole year. And I've been busy with classes. I finally graduated. I'm looking for jobs now, and I'm just streaming in the. I know I am in Respawn, but I've kind of like not fallen out of it, but like I haven't been like chatty recently because I've been trying to I've been focusing on myself a little. Everyone thinks she has a sweet voice, but she actually she sounds like the Resident Evil 4 merchant. What are you buying? What are you selling? But yeah, no, I've decided like I wanna focus on myself a little, grow a little before I start looking for collabs again. And you know, it might be a good place to hang out, but I haven't talked to my friends, like IRL friends, in a while, so I wanna hang with them before I start dividing my attention between my friends and other streamers. You know what? I also Seaweed. Just for that, the next time I see Delicious Gone, I will use the Resident Evil merchant voice. Speaking of, oh my god, I actually have all the Resident Evil games. I'm in there often, so if you want, I can catch you. Hey, I appreciate that, Hayashi. I'll try to be in there a bit more. And so thanks. Next time Delicious Gone, next time Delicious Gone speaks, I'll try to do it in a Resident Evil merchant voice. And oh yeah, that's what I remembered. I have all the Resident Evil games, so I need to. That's in the backlog. I have so many games I need to play for stream. It's in the backlog, so. So I'm like, I might check. Oh, that sucks. But you know what? Good on you for holding a physical copy, because the way that things are going right now, with a lot of the digital games being removed because of Ubisoft and EA, I think it's really good to hold on to a physical copy. So maybe the jokes will be on them, you know? So hold on to that. It might be valuable. To that Last of Us games on disc. You know what? See, I didn't even know that the second Last of Us came on a disc, but that's really interesting. How is that game, by the way? Because I haven't seen any gameplay of it, to be honest with you. I saw it earlier. Oh, okay. Also, Hayashi, thank you for the redeem. Here you go. There you are, one ada. Thank you for redeeming. I I appreciate you using your points. Also, Hayashi, if you hadn't noticed, right before the end of the new year, I did a stream, and I refunded everyone's points. So if you notice that you've had more points than normal last time, then that's why. I don't like as much, but it wasn't a bad storyline. I think they could have organized it a little better. I see. Okay, yeah, that's what I kind of heard on the grapevine. I have 20k. Nice. That's what I've heard on the grapevine. I hope. I wish that it could have been better. Because I feel like that like The Last of Us 1 was had great story. I hid. Oh.
Why am I accidentally swallowed some water?
Thank you for the water, hydrate, and the posture check and the stretch. Sorry. Whenever I stretch, I get the yawns. I've become an old man. I've only turned 28 in September and I'm already old.
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats. We play at night, we stalk at night. We're the rats. I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.
I hope you're having fun, Hayashi. And I hope that you're 18 now. Yes, I can finally talk to you without feeling weird. Congratulations on turning 18. Woo! I want you to know the whole time until now. Until now, I was like, I'm just trying to make minimal contact. I'm like I don't want to talk to you, but you have useful. You're doing something useful like banning bots. So I'm just gonna like tiptoe around the situation. I can make Lou jokes now. Woo! Dicks! Thank you. Hold on, I need more water. No! No, please! I'm innocent! Oh shit. My mic. That was simply the witness's preliminary statement. As you surely know, the value of that testimony cannot be evaluated without due cross-examination. Spoken like a true attorney. Wait, what do you mean true attorney? I'm a prosecutor. You may do what you must. Rebuttal! Alright. 18 years, but long last I was fine by Samson back. I don't think I need to press on this. Maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. I don't think I need to press on this. All holy pieces. This one's weird. If you're saving money, oh, it's expensive to maintain, and then you collect the Paul Leagues. It's always been something. Hold it! Not this room of yours, Miss Bound. Well, what I really wanted was to open a gallery. With Samson, of course. Isn't that... That's not true. A gallery of dance. a gallery of song, a gallery of gaiety and candy all the way long. I haven't heard the term gaiety in forever. That just makes me sound old too. Gaiety. No, the idea anyway. And guess against the edicts of the goddess of justice. Shut the fuck up about your goddess of justice, man. Listen, but it's true. He never hurt anybody. Children in the Winter Wing weren't. They're the very ones from 18 years ago. I need to show her I'm aware of that. Or I'll never get to the truth. Okay. So we'll press on the third one.
Hold it!
The Paul Haley pieces. That was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct? Yes, he adopted it while he was working as a sculptor in France. I see, I'm curious about some of the pieces in your collection. More specifically, how you were able to acquire the Taurus and Gemini sculptures. It is my understanding that Mr. Frost died before he could complete them. Yes, I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Really? Perhaps you could go into some more detail on that. Exactly. Because if I'm honest, it's always been... Oh, wait. I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Was this... Okay. Let's see if I can find... Let's see if I can find this. What's the difference between this and this? Can we find a... Can we spot the difference, chat? Are we good at this? This is present day. And this is 18 years ago. No, this is the today's statues. There's nothing to inspect here. Conduct down Gemini case. Incident case. Excuse me. Do I present on this? Wait, don't we have a testimony from... Don't we have a testimony from Delicious? Oh, let me just ask about this. You mean the ones you yourself took in Mr. Frost rooms 18 years ago? You certainly know a lot about what happened back then, Mr. Edgeworth. Sculpture is a little smaller than it meant to be, I think. Okay, so... Let's see. There's that. No, they seem to be the same. I'm just trying to remember what it looked like before we saw it. Oh, wait, hold on. What about... What about... the pH? Do we know if... Do we know if Artie's mark is on that? He had to taste the cause no detailed autopsy because like his insignias on his body. Oh! The tail! Do you see? Let me bring my mouse up. Look at their legs. And this is what was seen by Butts. Wait. Based on the photos of the sculptures. Wait, hold on. No. I'm wrong because Tangaroa, not Tangaroa, what's his name? Gusto was collapsed in the Autumn Wing. This is the Pisces statue in the Autumn Wing. But the Pisces statue looks exactly the same as... Looks so similar to the Gemini statue. So either I present this Winter Wing photo or the Pisces sketch. But what confuses me is Pisces is like fish. I mean, yeah, these are fish, but like, why are they so similar? I wish I could look into this with more detail. Wait. No, never mind. That's a hand. Okay, let's present this. Sugar matches the... Wait. This is... conducted on the melted contents of the Gemini case. Shooter on the pale blue liquid. The sugar... Because they found salt, sugar, and blood.
Objection!
It's because the string was made out of salt instead of sugar. That we know it's the real that she used the real one and not the fake one. Dude, that was clever spotting. Cause I was really convinced that it was gonna be this or this, and then I was like, I haven't looked at this, have I? I look into it, it's like salt, and I was like, holy shit! The only reason, like, I just remembered like the past part of the case where Delicia Scone was complaining about the harp's strings being salty, but Tangaroa couldn't notice it. Like that's the whole reason why we found out that he started losing his taste, which is part of the incident file case here. Yeah, he had a taste disorder. I'm afraid you've run out of road, Miss Bound. You can lie all you like, but you can't deny the results of the tests conducted on the sculpture's remains. And those tests leave no room for the ambiguity. Leave no room for ambiguity. What you had on display weren't replicas. They were the very statues of Mr. Frost carved 18 years ago. Oh, I can probably help explain how they worked it out if you like, dear. It's the sugar, you see. You might think sugar is sugar is sugar, but the composition is actually very unique. You could probably recreate the statues, but the sweet secret of their chemical makeup, no chance. Thank you, Miss Scone. I don't recall asking for help, but still. To put it simply, the statues didn't disappear back then because they melted. They disappeared because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for these 18 long years. What? She kept a pair of flavored ice sculptures around somewhere for all that time? It's not the most out there idea in the world, assuming you had a big enough ice box. Overruled. Quiet, all of you. Miss Bound, have you anything to say in your defense? So you've already learned that much. Should I take that to mean you admit to have hidden the flavored ice sculptures in question? No, I admit to no such thing. You haven't proven that I was the one who took those statues away, and you won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. The police were already here when they disappeared. How could I have done it without them noticing? Now indeed, I don't yet know exactly how you did it, but I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. You're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? I am indeed, and I won't stop until I get to the truth. I see. Then I'd better tell you exactly what I did that day 18 years ago. What I did that day. The whole time, before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. But before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later, around when your father arrived. Oh. Ad break. I totally forgot. What? Well, take that time to take a break, get some water. And let me see how my Uma Musume races are going, because I totally forgot that I was doing that in the middle of it. Hashire, Hashire, Uma Musume. Na, 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 na. Alright. This Symboli Rudolph has actually been, like, kind of fucking with me. Thank you so much for lurking, Hayashi. I appreciate you. Please come back whenever you're able. Okay, maybe Symboli Rudolph. I guess her power isn't enough. 238. I wonder if I... Man, this race is chalked. 4 losses. This could probably might be my 5th loss too. Wow. Come on, Symboli, get 1 win at least. No, 3, 8, 9. Holy shit, my Symboli Rudolph is not cooking. Okay, maybe if I do another Symboli Rudolph run with the same parents, but I use a wit card instead. instead of one of the speed cards. Maybe that'll fix it. Alright, ad break's over. Welcome back. I'm sorry, I'm very yawny today. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. Oops. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. And those were my movements on the day it all happened. I hardly see how you can take issue with any of that. Wait, you saw Mr. Gusto? Okay, wait. Why did Mr. Gusto enter Mr. Frost's room? Judging, I was waiting upstairs in our living room, examining my judging to judging. I had to go change the camera film cartridge for Samson. Before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Where? He entered the room containing Mr. Tangaroa's work before bringing the camera back to him. I heard the sound of something collapsing. Okay. That's when she screamed and found the body. Chocolate shit falling over after someone took a bite out of one of the supports. And Mr. Tangaroa was still in Mr. Gusto's room when he found the body. He was judging each room in order, and he liked to take his time. This was the moment when This wasn't the moment. Alright, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. This would be the time, probably. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost. I want to know why he was entering. Why he went into Mr. Frost's room. We're investigating where the body was found. Just anyone there to get back a photo of him and Mr. Oh, right! Because he didn't want anyone to they've been working together. Yeah, but it's not great thief material. He sure isn't. I think Mr. Gusto could live with that, to be honest. So when... Okay, when she was serving tea, I know exactly when she did it. I just wanted to press.
Hold it!
I went around and offered everybody working on the investigation a cup of tea. I knew around that time. Oh yeah, Gregor was singing the praises of Judy's tea, and I think he mentioned his saucer was cold. His saucer was cold. This was the moment. I believe this was when you stole the sculptures. I hate to contradict you, but the fountain room was full of witnesses at that point, Mr. Fender included. Are you suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room, right under everyone's noses? That's easy. Precisely what I'm suggesting. She did it by hiding them here.
Take that!
My father and Fender had no idea that one of the sculptures was mere inches away from them. Because it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Miss Bound, but a hidden ice sculpture in a glass case! Ah! Overruled! Surely a thing would have been impossible. How would a case of that size fit on a serving cart? It would have been spotted immediately.
Objection!
Who said anything about a serving cart? What? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you suggesting she used instead? I'm suggesting that Miss Bound used this to transport the sculptures. The lift cart.
Take that!
And this is... the cart that Miss Bound used to move the flavored ice sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. And it would appear that the very same cart is still here with us in this fountain room. We originally bought it for use in the contest. And you're saying that Miss Bound loaded Mr. Frost's sculptures onto this cart and carried them off? I am. As you can imagine, all one would need to do is lay a case on his side, and a tablecloth, and it looked exactly like a normal serving cart, thus allowing her to move the sculptures around freely. Can it be? Holy moly! Of course! That's why those saucers were so chilly. They were sitting on top of a big block of ice. Jeez, how could you? Impressive. Then again, you are Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's son. I should have expected no less. There isn't a scrap of evidence that I stole the sculptures all those years ago now. And yet, I knew that no matter what I said or did, I'd always be under a cloud of suspicion. So you admit it? You admit that you stole them from Mr. Frost's room? Yes, I do. I took those sculptures and their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. As Mr. Edgeworth correctly deduced, I dressed up the lift cart as a serving cart to do it, and slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room while I was going around serving tea to everybody. In the end, I'd removed not only the sculptures, but the flavored ice Zodiac blocks as well. Wait. Oh. Okay. Zodiac blocks. I feel like I've seen them for myself before. There's a huge block of ice. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not. What it being hollow on the... Dude, wouldn't that make it extra fragile then? How did she not shatter it? The Winter Wing really is an exact replica of Mr. Frost's room from 18 years ago. Then, even though my father never saw them because they'd already melted, the Zodiac blocks must have been in the victim's room back then as well. When I had finished moving the 2 ice sculptures and the 2 Zodiac blocks out, I took 2 fresh empty cases to Mr. Frost's room and put them where the original 2 had been. But those are fucking heavy. How did she do that with her own strength? Only the sculptures had been kept in glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. The blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. As stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for providing all display materials, including cases. Meaning, it would have been easy for her to prepare these empty spares she swapped in. Mr. Frost's room contained quite a few other flavored ice works in progress. I figured if I melted them down somehow, the resulting puddle would look like it came from the sculptures. And that is how the sculptures from 18 years ago came to be in the Winter Wing today. I have to say, Mr. Edgeworth, that's quite the confession. Indeed, and I think she offered it so willingly because she knows there's something we can do with it. Nothing we can do with it. That's all I have to tell you. However, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you? What? How'd you figure that? Oh my. I would have thought you might know at least this much, given we're at a crime scene. I suggest you memorize the various statutes of limitations outlined in this book. Statutes for dummies! Statutes of what? Statutes of limitations book, data jotted down in my organizer. I'm gonna look at this right now. Hold up. 7 years from the date of the crime, separate time frames will apply with regards to claims for damages. 15 from the date of the crime. Statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. So we still have the statute of limitations then. Any accomplished indictment to the end of the trial. We got... The trial never ended, right? Or... Wait, but maybe we... What if Carmelo Gusto had run away? Since he was not here in the country, then the statute of limitations would have been suspended. So it would still be within the time frame then. Prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within which they can put a suspect on trial for a given crime. Let's take a closer look, shall we? What? I already looked at it. So it's different for every crime. Murder, 15 years. Theft, 7 years. Ah! Yes, Miss Bound stole the ice sculptures 18 years ago, so it's too late to have her arrested for that crime. Yeah, but that's not... I don't believe it. But that's not why our point is. Theft is a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. However, as you yourself just pointed out, Miss Bound can no longer be prosecuted for her crime, rendering your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Objection!
No, it's important. I wouldn't be so sure about that. For you see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. I find the body that reappeared 18 years after the theft to be of considerably more interest. Are you suggesting that I also hid Mr. Frost's body? I am indeed. But how do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anybody finding it? By hiding it in a very unusual way. Ooh, now this is interesting. My inflections need work, man. Are you telling me that you know where the body has been for all this time, Mr. Edgeworth? It's not such a big leap if you think about what Miss Bound has told us already. Let's just say, it wasn't just flavored ice that she removed from Mr. Frost's room back then. Very well. If you are confident in this claim, let us put it to the test. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden? Do I have...
Take that!
This? A photograph of Mr. Frost's work, and of the victim's body, Your Honor. You will have to forgive me, but I don't see what you mean. Where exactly in this photograph is Mr. Frost's body? The victim's body is hiding right here.
Take that!
The Gemini sculpture? Yes, it may look like a sculpture at first glance, but it is in fact Mr. Frost's corpse. Surely you can't be serious. I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim.
Objection!
That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. And what piece of evidence might that be? The court demands that you present what was used to conceal the body.
Take that!
One of the cloths from the Autumn Wing. Yes, when it's made to glow in just the right way, it's so visually convincing you might mistake it for ice. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? Well, yes. Well, yes, dear. But you can make it look like just about anything, really. Even blazing fire. And the right shade of blue would make it look like ice. Yes, exactly like it, in fact.
Overruled!
Is it not the case that a certain special device is needed to generate these colors, though?
Objection!
If you care to take another look at the photograph of the Winter Wing, Your Honor, you'll notice there is a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. That's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. The Detective Gumshoe even confirmed its presence. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case, which means Miss Bound had no choice but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. So you see, this cloth and the light-emitting device were being used to create the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was in fact a statue carved from ice. No, this can't be. Wait, so you're telling me that when we took that photo of us in the Winter Wing, yes, we were standing right in front of the body. But the body and the cloth were both recovered from the fountain. Why were they found there if the body was supposed to be in the Winter Wing disguised as a sculpture?
Objection!
Because there would have been no mystery as to how the body had been hidden if we had found it as is. Miss Bound needed to remove Mr. Frost from the Winter Wing in order to throw us off the scent.
Overruled!
Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain. No, and she didn't need to, because she had another method at her disposal. Her trusty lift cart. The same cart that had proved so useful in executing her original theft. I believe she wheeled the body into one of the other wings and floated it down the stream to the fountain. The frozen body, being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way, which is why only the cloth appeared at first. Cloth Miss Scone discovered. And then, the body followed afterwards once it had thawed enough. It's an ingenious theory, Mr. Edgeworth. But can you prove that it was me? It seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations without proof, don't you think? What about an eyewitness? Do you think someone might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As a matter of fact, I do. I love it when everything comes together. Of course, I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. Then please, present it to the court. What evidence do you have that proves Miss Bound acted as you claim?
Take that!
Sweet victory. More drawings. And is that me? Yes, but Mr. Butts drew sketches of people as they passed through the fountain room. But what I'm interested in is a cart we can see here. Miss Bound's serving cart? What about it? Heh, you don't see it? She's using the same trick she used 18 years ago. Ergo, we know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when this picture was being drawn. What? If I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. All I see is a picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Really? Then allow me to direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth, Miss Bound. I'd originally thought that Mr. Butts had made an error, but he assured me that he couldn't that couldn't possibly be the case. This tablecloth appears to be light blue. Yes, a shade of tablecloth that Miss Bound doesn't seem to own. The cloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. But the shape of the cart is perfectly rectangular, just as the one would expect. Surely it would be immediately obvious if the tablecloth was being draped directly over the body.
Objection!
Not if the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the winter room. Place one of those on the lift cart and it easily passed muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Miss Bound, surely now you must admit that it was you who moved the body, just as you did 18 years ago. I didn't expect you to deduce all that from a single simple sketch. But that sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it? You needn't worry on that front. My case doesn't rest solely on Mr. Butts' artwork. Once you had disposed of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more, which is exactly what we discovered here in the fountain room. And without a serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. My chocolates? The ones I was handing out. As you saw in the sketch, you had originally placed them on top of the cart. But the chocolates you gave us came from your pocket. Oh yeah, mine was half melted. It was still super sweet and tasty though. Why did you suddenly feel the need to put chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? It was because you no longer had a serving cart to put them on. Oh, it's not a question. It was because you no longer had a serving cart to put them on. That's why. One moment, please. You have explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates and the lift cart. But what about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Indeed, if stashing the chocolates in our pocket was the only solution she could think of, I doubt Miss Bound had time to dispose of an entire tablecloth. Unless the tablecloth was also the... Miss Bound didn't hide or dispose of the tablecloth, Your Honor. In fact, it's right here in front of us. Perhaps you would care to enlighten us. Where exactly is the tablecloth Miss Bound used to hide the body? Miss Bound has the tablecloth on her person, and in plain view, in fact. In plain view? No! Surely you don't mean... Miss Bound, it's the cloth around your waist, isn't it? And given that the Zodiac blocks weren't kept in glass cases, that cloth would have been in direct contact with the ice. All we would need to do is confirm my theory is test the cloth for traces of sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. The game is up, Miss Bound. It's time to come clean. You won't need to test the tablecloth. Everything you said is true. I stole Delicia's Infesticide Ultra, and I moved Mr. Frost's body. It was me. It was all me. Delicia. Wait. I'm so sorry. Last week, I went into your bag and I took it. And then, I put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had tried to do it himself. And I also made sure to leave no fingerprints but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Judy! You... Oh, gosh! But Judes, why? Weren't we supposed to be on the same side? All fighting together to free Samson? We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Not until I'd finally proven that Samson is innocent. I'd always planned to give myself up in the end, I swear. I know it's easy to say that now, but... Why do it this way, though? It's not like you. I'm sorry, Mr. Fender. I've caused you so much trouble. I've been the guilty party all along, ever since that day 18 years ago. Are you trying to tell us that the true culprit in the IS-7 incident was you? I committed a terrible crime. I took those sculptures, and I sold them for purely selfish reasons. The moment Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entities in a confectionery contest. They became the final works of Samson's favorite artists. I couldn't allow them to just melt away, not before he came home. And that meant I couldn't let anybody near them, not even the police. So I hid them. I knew it was wrong, but I just had to. I put them in the cold storage room for safekeeping. But what I had actually done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of the sculptures? So she didn't know? Never kill anybody. And yet, because of what I did, the police never found Mr. Frost's body, and Samson was found guilty. Wait! That means, Gusto hit it. After all he'd done for me, he was my family. The only family I've ever had. He was the most important person in the entire world to me. And Judes. After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. I was finally able to return only a few days ago. And when I did, I went to the cold storage room to check up on the sculptures. And that's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body. It had been there the whole time. Of course, by that point, the statute of limitations had expired. So I did what I did today, because it was the only way I could think of to make things right. It seems I misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done really has all been for Mr. Tangaroa's sake. Hey, what are you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Something that's been puzzling me. Why did Miss Bound use poison gas? Why not a more reliable method? And why disguise the autumn wing as a winter wing? The only reason I can think of is to confuse someone who was here 18 years ago. Yeah, I wonder what she had in mind. She was trying to prove that Mr. Tangaroa is innocent. Miss Bound's ultimate goal must be to... Could she have been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit? Miss Bound, your ultimate aim was to see Mr. Tangaroa cleared of all charges, correct? And to that end, you had to expose the real killer, and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? Exhibiting the sculptures was sure to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from you who knew that the body was hidden in the icework. So they would have freaked out thinking the body was about to be discovered and come running, yeah? Exactly, but Miss Bound ran the risk that the killer might successfully cover their tracks this time. In the worst case scenario, they might even have been able to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. So how could she lure the true killer into revealing themselves without putting vital evidence at risk? Oh, I see what you're getting at. You're saying that's why the autumn wing was all winter wingy. I am. You were betting on one thing, Miss Bound, weren't you? That whoever opened the Pisces case you had so carefully disguised as Gemini case would be the real perpetrator of the IS-7 incident. No, but that would mean the real killer was overruled. Enough, not another word. Do you realize the implications of what you are saying, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you prepared to stand behind the accusation you are clearly about to make? I am. Whoever found themselves caught in that trap is highly likely to be the guilty party, but I lack the evidence to support such an assertion. So to accuse someone without any evidence is not done like so. Should I really go ahead and make my accusation? And name Mr. Frost's killer nonetheless. I'm doing it. My ultimate goal is to see the truth exposed, and to do that, I need to seize the moment. Yes, Judge Gabel, I'm prepared to stand behind my accusation. I know exactly who is to blame for the IS-7 incident.
Take that!
Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack, is the perpetrator behind the IS-7 incident. Gusty? Mr. Gusto. Miss Bound, as we have established, you knew that the opening of the gallery would lure in the real culprit, and you set up the poison gas trap in order to catch them. Do you dispute the facts thus far? You're a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth, just like your father. And of course, you're absolutely right. Then perhaps you could tell us exactly what happened in your own words. Of course, I have nothing to hide anymore, so I might as well tell you everything. As you said, I set up a trap here in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. Before we opened, I made sure that the door to the Autumn Wing was the only one that was unlocked. When the opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors of the various rooms, and found that the Autumn Wing had been locked from the inside. The killer is on the other side of the door. The thought, well, it frightened me. And then, she simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to her poison gas trap. When I heard that Mr. Gusto was being treated for gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. All that was left was for the police to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Samson would finally be proven innocent. At least, that was my plan. Shoot, why didn't you tell me? You know I'm always here for you, right? You could have found another way. It didn't have to be like this. Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years. But I'm the one who created this mess, so it was up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took, as long as I could get Samson out of that awful place. Judy, Judy, Judy. 18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. If I went to them now and said it had reappeared, I was afraid they might have tried to cover things up again. So I worked to set off a very public incident here in the gallery, in front of a— You know what? Fair play. Fair play. Since the fucking prosecutor and the police hid the fact that the body was missing, why should she trust any of them? Right? They're all corrupt. I'm so sorry, Judy. You, Samson, Gregory, I let you all down. Bender, this can't be easy for him. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, I hope one day you can forgive me. And whatever punishment I have to face, I'm ready to accept it. But please, if I may ask one thing of you, is that you simply must clear Samson's name. The way the truth of these past 18 years had come to light was unexpected, to say the least. And yet, it only set us down a path towards an even more shocking end. To be continued. Yeah, I have time for one more. Miss Bound, are you feeling a little calmer now? Yes. Good, then allow me to get to the point. Regardless of your intentions, you broke the law. Yes, I understand. Nevertheless, I understand that you did what you did in order to prove Mr. Tangaroa's innocent. Therefore, if the real culprit is really is someone else, then we have a duty to reinvestigate the case.
Overruled!
There's nothing to suggest that anything nefarious took place in the official IS-7 incident records. And right now, there's nothing to suggest that we should take Miss Bound at her word either. So our first order of business should be to arrest the culprit of the case before us, Miss Bound herself.
Objection!
Official records cannot always be trusted, Judge Gavel, especially since there are those prosecutors who would think nothing of twisting the facts.
Overruled!
Are you suggesting that the committee at the time overlooked just such a prosecutor? That's for you and your people to figure out. However, it is a fact that the autopsy report was faked, seeing as Mr. Frost's body was only found just now. Ah! Got him! There really is something of Mr. Von Karma in you, Mr. Edgeworth. How so exactly? By continually defying the will of the committee and bending the truth to fit your needs. That's how. Perhaps it is time you understand how No, the committee sees this case. The committee is willing to accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report. Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangaroa convicted as an accomplice. I personally have come to believe that the real culprit behind the IS-7 incident is Miss Bound. Her plan to poison Mr. Gusto today was her attempt to frame him for Mr. Frost's murder. And this is how the committee sees things, is it? It is. As always, I act solely in service of law and order. Yeah. Well, what a load of bullshit. I've come to believe that the real culprit behind the incident is Miss Bound.
Hold it!
Suggesting that Mr. Tinkerbell and Miss Bound killed Mr. Frost together. You imagine they split their roles as sus. Mr. Tinkerbell could have been the one to commit the act itself while Miss Bound was to remove the body. What? The thought of that we could ever kill him. You stole his corpse and hid it for 18 years. Is it really so surprising that you might be considered a suspect? Miss Bound has freely confessed to all of her crimes. Now is not the time to speculate about what else she might have done in the past. Very well, then let us pass judgment on what we know she did in the present. It was her attempt to turn him from Mr. Frost but murder. I want to see if pressing on Von Karma's that sealed Mr. Tinkerbell's fate in the end. A confession secured by Mr. Von Karma, which surely cast doubt on the final verdict itself.
Overruled!
Captain Tinkerbell confessed to the initial investigating officer, one detective Ian Seidman. The official records state that it was his interrogations that led to the conviction. Therefore, all I can say to you is the goddess of justice has already spoken. Funny how you don't seem to have a problem working with the police when it suits you, though. I mean, it's a truth.
Hold it!
Sorry, let me drink some water while we read this. Her verdict remains true, despite Mr. Von Karma.
Objection!
Oh, okay. Despite blatant evidence tampering, you sure your precious goddess isn't into that? Almost makes you think the committee might have other reasons for not wanting this looked into again. Further investigation is simply unnecessary, since the goddess of justice has already spoken. Is that right? Is it really a goddess of justice if evidence tampering is in play? No doubt because he suspected her of being the real culprit. He may have entered what he thought was an interview, simply to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. Little did he know that he would be greeted by a trap designed to silence him. A trap that nearly worked. Do you have any evidence to support that line of reasoning? Unfortunately, Mr. Gusto remains in critical condition. It will be difficult to prove anything until he regains consciousness. In other words, there is little we can do for now. Spell it out for you. Okay. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the IS-7 and determine that there is no need to investigate either case. Both the IS-7 and all the evidence you need. In the matter of the IS-7 incident, we have a body, murder weapon, and 2 suspects. As for poison gas attack, we have the sources of the 2 chemicals and Miss Bound's confession. And as for you, Mr. Edgeworth, we also have enough evidence to see that you yourself will have to answer to the committee in a formal hearing. Don't worry, Mazzarino, if nothing else, you're always more than welcome to Edgeworth & Co. Your Honor, I'd greatly appreciate it if we could stay focused on the matter at hand. Of course. Now, where was I? What evidence do you have to assert that there are no loose ends left to investigate? None at all. Has been examined at length, and there is nothing more to be learned from them. Therefore, I see no need to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Mr.
Objection!
Your Honor, I'm certain there's something that needs to be examined. Oh, Mr. Only hard evidence can stop you now. Is that what you think requires further deliberation now? Assuming there really is anything that is. And it's up to me to point it out to Judge Gavel. Wait, what do we not have? Okay, so it has all the evidence we need. So what are we missing? The autopsy? Does it really matter? So the I'm pretty sure we already looked at this. I don't know why there's no check mark on it. What? Okay, wait. What about the blowtorch? Why did he even heat it up?
Objection!
I guess not. Except this is evidence. It appears to have no connection to my evidence. I guess not.
Objection!
This? No? Okay, I'm pretty sure I presented that, pressed on that. But
Hold it!
we may,
Objection!
okay, I think I've already seen this. Yeah, yeah. But how do we know? How does he? Okay, I guess like. Okay, I guess her reasoning would be. No, it makes no sense. Why would he even come back?
Objection!
No. No, why? Do you believe there is something wrong with it? Huh, well, no, nothing seems out of... Oh. I guess I... I guess that wasn't it. I really want to present on this, but... explain what I am... I have no idea, chat. This? But we know that that's, scones, no?
Objection!
I guess not. One thing, the fact that you clearly do not believe it yourself. Guys, I'm really stumped here. On the Gemini case, that's the one that was melted from Artie Frost. Ice, Polyp. And the poison gas attack. I want to say something, but like I don't know what I'm supposed to be presenting on. Like, chat, do you mind if I look it up? Because I have no idea. Because like my thought process is, we don't have an official autopsy, but it really doesn't matter. I presented on the blowtorch, but that's not the case. I presented on the finger marks, that's not the case. I presented on the statute, maybe to say that why did Gusto even come back if the statute of limitations have expired. That's not the case. Like, usually some of these are straightforward, chat, but like...
Objection!
Nope. Mr. Frost murder.
Objection!
No, it's not that. So it has to be either this or this, right? It has to present. It has to be between those two, and the evidence that we have for it is. Like, I don't know, maybe this? I'm gonna look it up, chat. Sorry, I'm not that. I guess I'm not that smart. Wait, really? Wait, hold on. Okay, so I guess this the blood is not Artie Frost.
Objection!
I'm afraid there's still one question concerning the IS-7 incident that remains unanswered, Your Honor. Would you mind taking a look at this? What is it? There are test results carried out on the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case in the Winter Wing. As you can see, traces of blood were detected. Oh man, I need to reply to this Discord really quick. The question is, whose? Until that question is answered, I hardly think you can claim to have all the evidence. There was blood in the Gemini case. Why did I not hear about this from Eustace? Because Detective Gumshoe informed me of the results directly. I was planning to tell Mr. Winter about it myself, of course.
Overruled.
You kept this to yourself until now, despite having no jurisdiction here whatsoever. Mark my words, the committee will hear all about what you have done here today. As ever, my interest is in the truth, and if mistakes were made in the past, they must be rectified. If you must report me to the committee, then so be it. But in return, we must all be allowed to investigate this case to the very end. That is not my decision to make. You will need to discuss it with Eustace. Guess who's back, losers? And with good news, too. Oh no, it was a close call for a minute there, but Carmelo Gusto is alive. Gusto, he made it. You're the one who found me? Yeah, long time no see, Gusto. Huh, you're the attorney's assistant. You're grown, and you have an assistant of your own now. Assistant? No, I'm... He hasn't got the gig just yet. This is Gregory Edgeworth's son. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Fate moves in mysterious ways. I'm in your debt. If you hadn't found me in time, I wouldn't be here. So thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. After all, if you hadn't lived, we wouldn't be able to ask you what really happened 18 years ago. Huh? What are you talking about? We figured out quite a bit while you were out cold, including the fact that you're probably the guy who offed for Artie Frost. What? Is that true? Ms. Bound set up a very elaborate trap to catch Mr. Frost's murderer. A trap that involved rigging the Pisces case with poison gas. Perhaps in light of that fact, you could tell us in your own words what happened back then? Hold on, I need to reply to this. Or perhaps you'd rather exercise your right to remain silent. Oh, it's not that. Gusto here is a fan of the old meditation, you know, Om and all that jazz. Wow, sleeping while standing seems pretty cool. That's one heck of a talent. Except there's no sleeping involved in meditation, Kay. Hey, Gusto, old pal, how about you snap out of it and tell us what went down way back when? I was caught in the girl's trap, so I must be the killer. Is this your idea of a joke? I'm the victim here! Indeed you are, Mr. Gusto, and there is no evidence that you have done anything wrong yet. Mr. Edgeworth and Mr. Fender are merely speculating. Rest assured that they have no authority here and you may pay them no heed. At least somebody here seems to be on my side. Judge Verity Gavel, it's a pleasure, Mr. Gusto. I will assist you in any way you may require. Perhaps you could begin by explaining what actually happened 18 years ago to Mr. Edgeworth. Fine. You want me to prove I'm innocent, Mr. Prosecutor? I'll be happy to.
Objection!
So this is how you mean to play it, Judge Gavel. You're hoping Mr. Gusto will help you to hide what happened instead of trying to correct the record. I believe only in the infallible judgment of the Goddess of Justice, except that it's just us humans who make the actual judgment calls in the court of law, and so long as there are those who would use the law to their advantage, our rulings are fallible indeed. If you would use your position to further obscure the truth, then neither she nor I will forgive you. We shall see about that. What do you advise, Judge Gavel? It would seem that you are under suspicion because it was you who triggered the poison gas. Specifically, by opening the Pisces case lid. Would you be so kind as to share why with us? Understood. I came to see Frost sculptures, simple as that. I made a mistake with the opening times, and arrived a half hour early. Miss Bound, was there no one at the reception desk around that time? I had left the main entrance unguarded and unlocked, just in case the killer made an appearance. I was also busy making preparations elsewhere, all the way up until the gallery's opening. So no, there was no one here on the first floor then. But I did make sure that all the wings were locked up tight. All except for the autumn wing, that is. I see. Pretty suspicious, however you slice it. Silence in the courtroom. I will permit no objections or interventions unless there is some evidence that the witness is lying. The courtroom? You know this is an art gallery, right? Mr. Gusto, if you could please continue by explaining why you opened the Pisces gate. I wanted to see Frost's work up close, so I went up to the Gemini. Sorry, I guess it was supposed to be the Pisces statue. And I saw that the lid was frozen on tight, so I grabbed a blowtorch from nearby and tried to open it. When I finally got it open, gas came pouring out. Fascinating. This is the sort of flawless testimony attorneys can only dream of. Yeah, everything sounds like a lie kind. I am none too satisfied with Mr. Gusto's explanation myself. Alas, there is no evidence to refute it. Come on, there must be something. This Bound story you should be questioning, not mine. I'm the one who set up the gas trap. She could have killed anybody with that thing.
Objection!
She turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was gunning for the killer, and nobody else. That killer being you, old pal. So you believe that self-confessed criminal? Miss Bounds is far from blameless in this affair, and she will have to pay for her crimes. But so will Mr. Frost's killer. You seem determined to pin Frost's murder on me, but I had no reason to kill him. And you have no evidence to prove otherwise. Can we really not prove that he's the killer, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Gusto fell victim to the poison gas. That much is indisputable. Yet no matter how suspicious his actions in the present may seem, they prove nothing about the past. Yeah, but then what about you, Mr. Fender? There must be something we can do. You're right. We may not have evidence, but we have plenty of intel. Let's see now. If Gusto killed Frost, he must have had a reason. He claims not to have a motive, but that can't really be true, can it? If he did it, he has one. Not many people commit murder just for fun. In fact, your old man had a little back and forth with Von Karma about a probable motive too, remember? How can you possibly say that with any certainty, if their relationship had broken down for some reason? That could very well have been the motive behind this murder. Von Karma wouldn't let us talk to Gusto back then, but we can now. If we can put the pieces together, I think the picture we've been looking for just might emerge. Yes, I think you might be right. I need to think back over everything we know about the IS-7 incident, especially the questions that never got answered. And the finger marks? Were you the one wearing the gloves? Miss Scone denied that the finger marks on the frame were hers. But what if they were Mr. Gusto's? Perhaps he had wanted to take a look through the ultimate cookbook for himself. So he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were. In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected. Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way. My father noticed these things for a reason. I just need to piece them together correctly. In the absence of evidence, it's the only way to do the truth. Okay. I mean, they pretty much hand feed you this. Gusto, you and Mr. Frost conspired to create works for the contest together, did you not? Huh? So you know my little secret. Mr. Fender was kind enough to inform me. Mr. Frost was in charge of the design, while you were in charge of the flavor. Is that correct? What can I say? I had still a long way to travel on the road to becoming a master confectioner. But you only collaborated up to the semi-final. Something changed after that. We both wanted to show what we could do. Show that we were better than Tangaroa.
Objection!
Then why did you help Mr. Frost with his entry for the final? What grounds do you have to say to that? Your own statement, made to Mr. Von Karma 18 years ago. You told him that you had been working together up until the day before the final. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze, and whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto. Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me. That he helped Frost until the day before the final. In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return?
Objection!
I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead. So why didn't Sorry, let me pause ads real quick. So why didn't Mr. Frost help you in return? I submit that your relationship broke down for some reason, and that became the basis of your motive for murder. That's not how it was. Sure, we stopped working together, but it was all perfectly friendly. You stopped working together? In a friendly way? Kinda hard to imagine, but okay. I couldn't have killed the man while Tangerose was there working on his chocolate pieces, could I? So you see, it can't have been me. I wouldn't be so sure. There must be a window of time when Mr. Tingaro wasn't in his room. What if I did remaining explosion and wanted to cook it? There we go. Like I said, they hand-fed us this one. Photographing the cookbook's contents would be the perfect way to seal its secrets undetected. And what if Mr. Gusto did just that? What if he used Mr. Tingero's camera to photograph the book? It'd be the perfect crime. So much better than stealing it and getting chased by the cops. A sneaky snapshot or 20, huh? That could work. The only question is, when would he have done it? Good question. What about during afternoon tea? Didn't Delicia say that Gusto and Frost had missed out on the little tea party they had? Which brings me into the next question. When do we know for certain that Mr. Frost was still alive? Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he had secluded himself in his room, and the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaroa, possessing as he did the only key. Miss Scone, where's Mr. Tangaroa's works? The only ones you sampled. No, dear. I couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chillywinks' room for a little taste, too. Mr. Frost had kept himself inside his room after the contest had started, but he was gone by the time Miss Scone snuck in to sample his work, meaning there's a good chance he was murdered before the end of afternoon tea. We can be sure that Mr. Frost was alive until the beginning of afternoon tea, making tea time the only window during which Mr. Gusto could have killed him. Are you satisfied with Mr. Gusto's story now, Mr. Edgeworth? Heh. Sadly, I'm afraid I'm still rather unsatisfied. But things are finally starting to become clear, and the truth will soon come to light at last. You mean to say that you have uncovered new evidence? Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Mr. Gusto to open up to us about it instead. Oh, is it Mind Games time again? It is. Mr. Gusto, I have a question for you. I said I have a question for you. What is it? You chose to make your entry for the final on your own. I told you, I wanted to test myself. I wanted to prove I was the best in the world.
Objection!
If that were the case, then surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. So tell me, Mr. Gusto, why do you feel the need to team up with Mr. Frost? Is it chess time, please? I like chess. "18 years ago, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost collaborated in the confectionery contest. But why did they work together, and why did they enter the contest in the first place? That's the information." That's the information I need to get out of my opponent somehow. So, sorry, let me snooze the ad break real quick again. There we go. Mr. Gusto seems to have a habit of pretending to be asleep when things are going his way. Let's start by focusing on why he chose to work with Mr. Frost. By my hand, now is the time to dig up the truth that was buried all those years ago. Mind chess! Comments! Mr. Gusto, what inspired you to collaborate with Mr. Frost? We were acquaintances before we were contestants. He was interested in entering the contest, so we decided to sign up together. And your decision to pair up with a sculptor had nothing to do with your lack of faith in your skills. You don't know me. We joined forces because we wanted to make the most perfect creations possible. That's all. Well, you couldn't do that on your own? Oh, maybe I should have bited. Oof. Sorry, I wanted to see if I could do an impression of you. Turns out it's easy. Okay. I need to pick my words more wisely. Ow, that hurts. Okay, bide my time. Frost's son and mine were in the same grade at school, so we got along pretty well, too. Oh, so you were just two friends who happened to try for the title of World's Greatest Confectioner. I'm still recovering, so if you've got nothing to say, let me go back to the medical. Ah! Dude! I'm... Pretending to be asleep when the going gets tough won't work on me, I'm afraid. Wait, hold on. There's a very time-important Discord. Mr. Frost was a sculptor, Mr. Gusto. I doubt he cared much about winning a title for confectioners. In which case, he probably had a different motive for taking part in the contest, wouldn't you say? Fine, it was me. I wanted that title. Frost was only in it for the prize, the ultimate cookbook. I see. And since your objective dovetails so neatly, you decided to work together. But then something happened, a breakdown in your relationship, perhaps. If so, I want to know why. Mr. Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell after my brush with death. Push me too hard. And I'll be on my way back to the medical room. A dangerous low on patience and time. Ah, what's so the melodrama? Not as long as he's still keep. Wait, I'm trying to finger poke. I'm trying to find the... Sorry. A very important Discord. There's no time to lose. I need to pick the right line of questioning, and fast. Did you want more than just the title? You too had your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? After all, I'm not sure the title of World's Greatest Confectioner even counts for that much. Now you're just insulting the whim of the confectioner. My goal, my only goal, was to win that title. I didn't care about anything else. You have no idea how much it would have meant to me. No. Whoops. Look, my sense of design may not have been up to snuff back then, but you should see me now. Oh, so you've improved. You bet I have. I didn't do all that training in Jackpot for nothing. I looked up to Tangaroa, you know, spent hours poring over the designs of his work. Even used to watch his show with my son. Sounds to me like Mr. Tangaroa's work was especially influential in your early studies, and with his recipe book, you might have even become the best someday. Maybe. The book was a real treasure, no doubt about that. Any confectioner would have wanted it. Hold on, let me pause ads. So you're in the book too. You were interested in the book too. You claimed that your only goal was to win the title. Yet you also seem to have had an interest in the contest prize, the Ultimate Cookbook. The greatest collection of recipes by the world's greatest confectioner. I can't say I had absolutely no interest in it. And even if I did, what exactly is so wrong with that? Nothing, I suppose. Only that the book contained recipes for medicines, not desserts. And everyone who entered the contest supposedly knew that. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. I can't let him slip from my grasp now. I just need to stay calm and keep the pressure on. Okay, I think I understand his tell. Next, let's find out why he wanted the cookbook. Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was? What kind of question is that? It was a collection of Tangaroa's recipes. There wasn't a confectioner in the world who wouldn't have wanted to get their hands on it. I don't have a clue as to how... Oh, I'd better try another tack. So your plan was to win the cookbook and use it to help you with your own creations. What else? A book like that could have improved my craft tenfold. You could have made a lot of money if you sold it. I don't know much about what was actually in there, but it was worth more than money, I'll tell you that. Come now, Mr. Gusto, I think you know more about the Ultimate Cookbook than you claim. They told us a little about it at the start of the contest. Then you know what kind of recipes it actually contained, don't you? And that they weren't dessert recipes at all. I see you did your homework. Fine, so you know what was really in there. The Ultimate Cookbook, or the Angel's Cookbook, to give its proper title. It's a collection of chemical formulas and ways to synthesize new medicines nobody ever heard of. So he did know that the cookbook actually contained recipes for medicines. This could be an important clue. Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was? What kind of question is that? My clue. Your designs may have improved thanks to your training in Genfa, but you clearly didn't do enough work on your skills of deception. You've already admitted that you knew the Ultimate Cookbook was a collection of recipes for medicines. Thereby making your interest not gastronomical, but pharmaceutical in nature. You're a confectioner, Mr. Gusto. You had no professional interest in revolutionary new medicines, which suggests that your interest must have been personal. I underestimated you. Fine, you're right. Winning the title wasn't the only reason I entered the contest. I needed one of the recipes in that book. It was for my son. He was sick. He was? Tell me more. That's none of your business. I've told you as much as you need to know. He looks rattled. I've almost gotten to the bottom of this. I can feel it. Just a few more moves. What was the name of your son's condition? That he was seriously ill? Why would you force me to tell you more? I don't have a clue. Oh, I don't have a clue. Better try another tack. Tell me a little more about your son. Oh, okay. He was my pride and joy, and my biggest fan. And you entered the contest in order to help him. You clearly don't have children of your own. Any father would have done the same. I would have done anything to help. Anything. you would come see me here at the contest venue too, right up through the semifinal. Really? You didn't get in the way of your work. If you were trying to beat Sanson Tangaroa, surely you didn't have the time to look after a child. Yeah, well, I wanted to do what I could for him. He said he wanted to always be the first to try my creations. I'm still... Oh. I guess... Okay, so... You said your son was sick, Mr. Gusto, and yet he was able to come and join you for the contest. It wasn't that kind of illness. Nothing life-threatening, anyway. Could you tell me the name of the disease? But it wasn't life-threatening. So why are you so reluctant to share any further details? It may not have been life-threatening, but that doesn't mean it hadn't been life-altering. I see. That must have been very hard on both of you. Of course it was! That was why I did everything I could to find a cure. We were desperate. He couldn't taste anything, not even his favorite desserts. That's important. Did he have a taste disorder? The Ultimate Cookbook contains a recipe for a very particular medication, one that Mr. Tangaroa used to cure himself of his own taste disorder. So he had it too! Too, you say? So your son has a taste disorder then, am I correct? How did I let that slip? You've been asking me to believe that you needed to win the cookbook in order to cure your son. Well, was that really the case? Of course it was! What are you saying? I'm saying that I'm not so sure that's true based on everything you've told me. I don't have... Oh. Man. Wasn't... So you needed a cookbook to cure your son. Yeah, nowadays you can get the medication he needed anywhere. But back then, that book was our only hope. Which is why... Oh, hold on. Ad break. Ad break, ad break. Give me an ad break. 3 minutes until the show starts. Take a sip of water. Stretch and check your posture. Take a sip of water, check your posture. Sorry, my butt's hurting because I'm starting to shrimp. Alright. I need to do an Uma Musume run. But I don't want to do the Uma Musume run. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, boss. I don't want to do CMs anymore. Please don't make me do CM. Excuse me. There's really nothing to do on my phone. I just have to sit, I need to change that stream elements lurk. I feel like it's a bit too rude. Well, I'll try to play this as you see, I promise. Maybe I could redo my Symbolic Rudolph. And if I give her enough, I think I said out loud that if I swap one of the if I swap King Halo with a wit card. What's a good wit card? Up tempo, that's Star with Scarlet. It's Agnes Tachyon, medium. Ooh, this Agnes Tachyon's pretty good. Okay, well, hold on, we'll use that Agnes Tachyon then. I wonder if I could swap out Sweet Tosho with someone else. I only have one Fimo. I really don't like that Fimo. The skills that she gets. Maybe the stats that she gives is good, but like her skills are not. Maybe if I use Machikane Fukitaru, it would be. Oh, welcome back to the show. Welcome back from the ad break. I hope everyone's had a great 3-minute break. I hope everyone's had some water, some stretching. Now, let's get back to the mine chest. I had to give all my all to my work. And what about Mr. Tingero's work? Surely that tea break gave you the perfect opportunity to go steal a glance at it. And what makes you think I had the energy or time to care about what the others had made? Oh, my bad. But you cared about Mr. Tengaroa's work. I think you made it abundantly clear how much interest you had in Mr. Tengaroa's work. What's more, if you were that determined to win the Ultimate Cookbook, I seriously doubt you would have passed up on a chance to take a peek at your competitors' entries. I had plenty of chances throughout the contest to see and sample my rival's work, you know. But each time I did, nothing seemed to have any flavor. Oh. Must have been nerves or something. Oh. He also has it. I see. Taste disorders are difficult to live with. It isn't easy not being able to enjoy your food. You should know. After all, you just told me you'd experienced something like that during the contest. You said that nothing you sampled had any flavor. Those were your words, correct? Which would seem to suggest that you were suffering from a taste disorder. A confectioner without a sense of taste? Not exactly ideal. Are you sure it wasn't actually your own condition you were seeking a cure for, Mr. Gusto? I've had enough of your speculations. I managed just fine in that contest. Made all my own entries, no problems. Sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting your own testimony. You already admitted that you and Mr. Frost had worked together during the contest. It's too late to claim you did it all on your own now. You would have to believe that you are a man of principle, a dedicated student of the confectioner's art. Yet you abandoned those principles and conspired with Mr. Frost to rig the contest. Also, you can cure your own taste disorder. You got me, Mr. Prosecutor. As you said, my sense of taste was shot. My son's was fine. I kept it hidden for so long, 18 years, and nobody knew. Sadly, you can lie to others, but you can't lie to me. Both Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entered the contest hoping to obtain the Ultimate Cookbook, or the medicine that would cure Mr. Gusto's disorder, and the money it would bring in for Mr. Frost. Thus, an uneasy alliance was forged, and that, I believe, is checkmate. Woo! We've got all that back. Holy shit. I'll admit it. You're good. I never told anybody any of this, but you figured it all out anyway. It's true. 18 years ago, I developed a Ageusia. I wonder if that's a... Wait, hold on. Ageusia. Is that an actual condition? It is! How do you pronounce it? And Gaiuses. Oh, so it's... Oh, no. Ageusia. Ageusia or Ageusia? Ageusia. Ageusia. Okay. What's Ageusia? It's a taste disorder that makes it so you can't taste anything at all. Confectioner's worst nightmare. Mr. Fender, is this what Mr. Tangaroa had as well? No, the big man had had what they call dissociated taste disorder. Is that a thing as well? Let me check. Dissociated. I cannot English. Taste disorder. Oh, it's Oh, it's called dysgeusia. Basically, some things he could taste just fine, while others had no flavor at all. So he suffered too. Can't have been easy. Not when there wasn't a way to cure it on the market. Which is why you needed Mr. Tengaro's cookbook. You admit now that the real reason you entered the contest. It was the only one of the reasons. I wasn't lying when I said I wanted the title. When I put my mind to something, it gets done. And I won't lose to anybody. I may not have been able to taste it then, but I still knew my stuff was good enough to win. Oh? So you went into the final thinking you stood a good chance of winning. Of course! What was that Fester said about what Mr. Tangaroa thought of Mr. Gusto's creation? Mr. Gusto's creation were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semifinal. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. You were told that your entry for the final was far from the prize-winning taste sensation you described. What happened, Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day? Fine! You want me to talk? I'll talk! But you're not going to like what I have to say. My entry for the final. Mr. Frost and I were working together right up through the semifinal. I handled the flavor, he did the designing. But I wanted to face Tangaroa in the final on my own. No help. Just me and my skills. So I helped Frost with his entry, but mine I did alone. If it didn't taste good in the final, that's on me. What can I say? I lack training. That's all there is to it. Happy now? Not that I thought it'd be easy to get anything real out of him. He's managed to not let slip what really happened for 18 years after all. Why don't you try pushing him a little bit, Mazarino? See if you can't shake something loose. I think I just might have to, Fender. Working together right up through the semifinal. I flavor, he did designing.
Hold it!
But you didn't handle the flavor. Both submitted while you handled the taste? Yeah, he was a sculptor, craftsman, and sense of design was second to none. Clueless about confectionery, which is where I came in. We each did what the other couldn't. And boy, did you not have an eye for aesthetic. Not even for the simple stuff. How do you like me now? The national symbol is the Zhang Fa. Oh yeah, it's a phoenix. That's awesome. I'll say, pretty different to the stuff you were pumping out 18 years ago. Behold the fruits of my training. I've dedicated my whole life to my craft. But back then, we both needed each other's help, so we joined hands until the final. Oh, I thought you were about to push him on the sun. I wanted to face Tangaroa in the final on my own. No help, just me and my skills. So I helped Frost with his entry, but mine I did alone.
Hold it!
What about your son, man? Didn't help you at all. But he helped you up until then, correct? It's a bit strange for him to stop so late in the contest, no? Strange or not, it's the truth. Could be he had his reasons too. I wouldn't know. That gizmo of yours has a built-in lie detector, okay? If it did, I've stolen shit from Mr. Edward long before now. Don't worry, Fender. I can tell when he's lying. No doohickeys. A consistent required. Please, Mr. Shunty. Okay.
Hold it!
I'm trying to get him to spill about his son. The art of confectionery is my life. Why wouldn't I wanted to be crowned the fragrance? But I still had a lot to learn back then. Guess it's no surprise my work wasn't up to scratch. But the title wasn't the only thing you wanted. There was a cookbook too, and you wanted the book even more than you wanted the title. Isn't that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are badgering a witness who is still suffering the effects of today's attack. I cannot allow this harassment to continue. You need not answer that vile prosecutor's question. Vile prosecutor, we're on your side. Why are you stopping us?
Hold it!
And yet, I heard that your creations prior to the final were scored highly for the flavor. Well, so what went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on that day? No, nothing like that. It was... I told you, I had a taste disorder. My sense of taste failed me. It's as simple as that. But Mr. Frost's entry was complimented on its flavor. Your sense of taste hasn't failed you then? Did something happen overnight? I don't think he's going to spill any more beans, Mr. Edgeworth. Then perhaps I should ask him about something else. Let's see. Ask about the semifinal? Something changed between the semifinal and the final, Mr. Gusto. Not really. The only difference between semifinal was that Frost wasn't helping me.
Hold it!
Hold on. I wonder if I can... go back and swap the next one. It looks like I got a big thumbs down come judgment time. It got trashed on flavor too. Don't sound much like a winner to me. Shouldn't have reflected that. So there was some other difference. His son! His son! I'm trying to push you to his son! Okay, so maybe... Okay, wait, I know.
Objection!
Yeah, it is. So I was on the right track. I can think of one significant difference between the semifinal and the final, Mr. Gusto. Your son. This is him in the photograph, correct? You told me he was here with you up through the semifinal. He was. What of it? But indeed, he was here with you until the semifinal, until he suddenly wasn't for the final. And just as suddenly, your work went from being lauded for its flavor to being lambasted for it. I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't just spending quality time with his father, he was playing a much more pivotal role than that. I just wanted to see me hard at work, to show him I was trying the best for us. Who knows, maybe it was him being here that helped me do so well in those early rounds. He talks a good game, but nothing about this guy being super dad to me. Indeed, thankfully, we only have to give such an idea credence if his story were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Mr. Gusto prided himself on the flavor of his creations, but then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standards after such a devastating loss. Plus, I'm sure your son was here to cheer you on, but that wasn't all he was here to do, was it? You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor, but why not try answering for yourself for a change? What was an elementary school kid doing here, other than to support his father? Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto. He was my biggest fan, of course he knew it! In which case, he would have been a good judge of whether something tasted on brand, so to speak, no? What are you implying? You've already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder. I'll admit it, you're good. I never told anybody of this, but you figured it all out anyways. It's true, 18 years ago I developed ageusia. No one knew about your condition. Wait, hold on, I need to check Discord. Indeed, I doubt Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue collaborating with you if had he found out. After all, it was your job to make sure his creations tasted good. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by taste testing your work. Dang, now it all makes sense. Frost's stuff tasted good because it really was finished the day before when the kid was still here. You have a bit of an imagination, Mr. Prosecutor. But do you seriously think I trust a kid to tell me how to adjust the taste of my masterpieces? I have some pride, you know. Even back then. Did you now? My designs may have not been much to write home about back then, but I always knew my work tasted better than anybody else's. You think I'd risk everything by putting my reputation in the hands of a child? This is just more than speculation. That's all it is. In that case, I'd like to ask... Oh. I mean, we won't be able to. Sadly for you, my son is no longer my concern. What? As soon as I got my sense of taste back, I went straight to Zhangfa to start my training. I cut off all ties with the kid for good. What? You abandoned your own child? And that ain't the half of it. No one knows where he is, even now. The concept looked all over for him, but no dice. So, still you can think you can prove your asinine theory? I'd like to see you try. Alright, you think I care about anything besides confectionery? Think again. What a piece of shit. I got my sense of taste back. What need do I have for a son? Silence in the courtroom. While Mr. Gusto's words and action may demonstrate a certain lack of humanity on his part, the goddess of justice cannot judge him for that. Therefore, Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat. Yeah, give it up! 18 years is a long time for anything to surface now. Proof or otherwise. No, the truth might be lost. Imagine Eustace Winter just... Imagine Eustace Winter was actually him. Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir. Please. That's the last piece of the puzzle, I'm sure of it. Once we know whose blood it is. Hey, Miles. Sorry to cut in on your Mind Palace time, but I was pondering something myself. Our friend Gusto didn't come here just to check up on the body, did he? You mean because he tried to open the case? Exactamundo. Think we have anything that might explain why he tried to do that? He might. Detective Gumshoe can make it back in time with a certain piece of evidence. That's quite enough idle chatter, Defense. Now if you... Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Sorry to keep you waiting! Heh, speak of the devil. I take it you have the test results, Detective? Yes, sir! The lab just got back to me! Detective, please, court is in session. Now then, am I right to assume that you are bringing us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of? What? Hey, no fair! Why didn't anybody tell me about any of this? It is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It needed testing, so I asked him to carry... I totally forgot that Eustace was even here. Hello, Eustace. I hope you're doing well. So... He's very forgettable. No, it's not that the whole time. No, I love him. I truly do. But like, this whole past chapter, he got sidelined. I feel bad for him. But like, we were talking to Judy, and then we were interrupted by Gavel, and then we talked to Gavel, and then Eustace came back with Gusto, and Gusto like let him zone out. Okay, I'll let him zone out. It needed testing, so I asked him to carry it out. What the? Why is everybody always helping you? It's okay, Eustace. It's okay, Eustace. Head pats for you. Chat, redeem the head pat. Redeem the head pat, chat. Redeem the head pat. It's for him. Hold on, I can do it myself. Let me do it myself. I will redeem the head pat. Here you go, Eustace. Here's some head pats. Poor boy. Poor boy. Let him have his moment. Let him... Okay, yeah, I've realized he's an idiot, but at least he's an earnest idiot, right? He's trying to be the best. He's trying to prove himself by being the best. And sometimes it doesn't work. But at least he's trying his best, right? He's trying his best. He sucks at it, but at least he isn't corrupt like everyone else. And that's what I like about him. I see a lot of myself in him. You know what? Same here. I'm an idiot. So I'm an idiot in real life. So I kind of feel for him, man. Sometimes you try your best and you don't succeed, and everyone seems to get everything handed to them, and you're just like sitting in the silence, like, like, bro. Yeah. That's why. You know what? You converted me. You converted me. Eustace is my god and savior. I love him. He's a great character. He deserves all the happiness. I'm supposed to be the one in charge here. Mr. Winner, I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say? Well, alright. So Detective Gumshoe. He's not dumb, he's just surrounded by smarter people. That's true. You know, at least he and Gumshoe can have a nice conversation together. What did the test have to tell us? You're not going to believe this, but the owner of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case is Carmelo Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack. What are you talking about? Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, it looks like my suspicions were correct. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what do you mean? Please explain yourself. What is the significance of this blood to the case? Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people need to have stuff spelled out to them. At the very least, Eustace just goes with the flow. You know, he's just vibing. He's just here vibing, and I'm all here for that. I mean, to be fair, the judge has to have everything spelled out to her so that she isn't misconstruing things as a judge should be. They have to be worded properly so that it is in unambiguous language. And it's fair. Like Gavel using it as he said that he's wrong and he's learning to love. Yes, this is why I love Eustace. At the you know, he could be stubborn, but you know, when things get pointed out to him and he realizes that things are wrong, he concedes the point. See, even like if you go up with like freaking I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but have the detective has to say Eustace could have been a bigger jerk, right? He could have said no, he's going to talk to me about it because I'm the head charge in here. No. He said, well, all right, because he is like, because I don't know. I want to believe that he understands that it's important to the case. So it's only the very thing the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident has been trying to hide all these years. The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as us finding your blood lying right next to the Mr. Frost's body.
Overruled.
Why would there be traces of your blood there, of all places, Mr. Gusto? If you won't answer her honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood in the liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar, too. There were. And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh yeah. You're talking about what Delicious told us back then, right? What was it again? Did they ever? I've never tried ice so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. The salty bit? It's in the other photo you got there. This bit. The poppy thing. Gemini's liar. Yes, the liar. And only the liar. Tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's entry. Very interesting. Then perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth. Where did the salt on the liar come from? I would have to believe that it's from the salt lamp.
Take that!
This is the lamp from the IS-7 incident. Indeed, and I believe that the salt that gave the lyre its flavor came from just such a lamp. Mr. Von Karma had established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Tangaroa's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost, and it was stained with his blood. But no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Right, because the culprit had chucked a piece of chocolate with that on it into the little stream. Furthermore, aside from the lyre, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either. Hey, come to think of it, the lamps we found in Delicious' room were both broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. We never did figure out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but are we thinking maybe it had Gusto's blood on it at some point? Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a person of interest to the police, so the killer needed to hide the blood somehow, in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. And you are seriously suggesting that the lyre was used to do just that? I am. I suspect that the bloody salt was somehow applied to the lyre so that it could be hidden inside the case. But because unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time and care to test properly. And so he waited and waited for his chance to dispose of the lyre undetected. Then the reason he's here today is 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away together. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminating evidence, or both would surface one day. So back he comes 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try and cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, are you finally ready to admit it? That you are the one responsible for the IS-7 incident? Mr. Gusto, it's all because of you that Samson... Gusto. So I finally got caught, huh? All these years later, nobody came close back then. Not even the big shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you. You admitted then that you murdered Artie Frost. Sure I do. I did it. I killed him. But he only had himself to blame. What do you mean by that? He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But on the day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost, we had a deal. Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto. But I helped you. I helped you. I spent all day yesterday making the ice for your pieces. Did you? And you can prove that, I suppose. What do you... Wait. You were planning to betray me right from the start, weren't you? After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the final by myself. And like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either. So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts. Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I gave up everything to become the best. Everything! I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand. You're right, I don't understand. You take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder. Or that you abandoned your son. Why would I want to understand someone who could do such things? A man can't afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the date of the final, and in hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why. Why would you think that? What exactly happened to your son? How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. And according to you guys, nobody knows where he is now either. And you don't care? You're horrible. So with his disappearance, so too when your chances of winning, correct? Yeah, I had to find another way of getting my hands on that book. That's when inspiration struck. I decided to skip afternoon tea and snuck into Tangaroa's room. It should have been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formulas I needed and get out of there. But then Frost showed up. I thought I might find you here. Stealing recipes from the famous cookbook, huh? Tut tut. Frost! What's this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no. That's just too tragic. He's... I don't know, he looks like a bald man with like a he looks like a bald... Okay, hold on, let me bring my mouse up. He looks like a bald man, like Agent 47 looking ass, with a mohawk glued to his, like, the middle, and then parted sideways. Look at his biceps. Okay, so it's toned. So is Gusto's. Okay? It just means that they're experienced with their craft that uses their arms. Such as sculpting. He's like RuPaul with those wigs and other things. Okay, you got me there. I never thought of it that way. I cannot see it, bro. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, and no judging here. I'm not here to. I'm not really yucking because I'm okay with all that. Like, yeah, I feel like his hairline could have been a bit better, but yeah, I see the appeal. A confectioner who can't taste anything. What will people say? If you tell anybody, I'll... You'll what? You can't even hit me, you miserable worm. Why, you... Frost shoved me hard when I went to punch him. Knocked me clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been when my blood got on. So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped off all the bloody bits. I dissolved those salt shavings in unflavored ice mixture, and brushed it all over the harp. And that's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder bag. Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition. So you decided you had to kill him. Yeah, I guess I did. Why would I let him live? Would you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think? So that was the impetus behind the dog. Anyway, I initially took the lamp to Frost's room. Went straight there once I figured out how I was going to hide the bloody part. Inspired by all the ice sculpting tools flying about this place, I guess. You're not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah, I figured I could use them to chip it off and grind it up. Once that was done, painting the stuff all over the harp was easy. Why Samson? Why did you have to frame him? I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault. You and the rest of them. What? Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps and cloth back in Scone's room? There's only one reason to plant the murder in the room of another contestant. And that's to cast suspicion on that person. What? You tried to frame me, Gusty Pants? Yeah. Why? Why poor old me? I respected Tengaro. He was the best. A true champion. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work wasn't even real. You had no respect for our craft at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did. Oh, Gusty, how could you? And had you refrained from eating Tangaroa's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was to wait until Tangaroa was judging your room. That is when I'd sneak the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. But thanks to you, Bound here found it before I had a chance to retrieve it. I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all? Ha! Why indeed? Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Mr. Frost's body? To obscure the time of death. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple. Preparing everything took time. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangaroa's room while I got everything ready in Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. Never counted on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse. I still don't get it though. Why disguise the body as an ice sculpture at all? The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of freezing it would have had on masking the time of death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it, at least until it had fully frozen. How awful! Using Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind his murder. Ironically, Tangaroa would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got it out of his room. If only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't even have been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened to Samson, it was all because I found the body? Don't let him get inside your head, Jude. None of this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Delicia instead. She would have been the one they arrested. Either way, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto. It didn't help that the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished. So then, Mr. Von Karma had unwittingly placed Mr. Tangaroa under arrest in the absence of a body. I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you'd think he'd notice something as big as that if he'd taken a look at a few reports, right? Not if someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. But admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record. So he kept it to himself and proceeded to prosecute Mr. Tangaroa regardless. Can this really be true? You don't feel bad at all? Somebody spent 18 years in prison because of you. Sticks and stones, girlie. Sticks and stones. What a jerk. I ought to arrest you right now, pal. I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, Detective. So you notice, huh? Glad somebody did. The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me. What? Why? You just confessed to murder. No idea, huh? Then I guess I better lay it out for you. I killed Frost 18 years ago. That statute of limitation for murder in this country is 15 years. You do the math. You can't arrest me. You think I've confessed otherwise? Wait, but he went to Zhang Fa, though. He went to Zhang Fa. Surely, wait, I wonder if he exposes himself. Come on, please, please, please. I just want to... For a retrial on that basis, does he? I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid that the goddess's judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than you might think. What the fuck? That's so bullshit! Bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor. Yeah, but he went to Zhang Fa.
Hold it!
Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statue may not have expired yet. Alright, I got nothing to hide. If there's something you want to ask, ask it. Okay, where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident. I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula from that book, and not so long after that, I went to Zhang Fa to really buckle down and go home to my craft. Around a year after the murder. It was before Tangaroa's last day. And the full package. Good thing he left after 1 year, chat. That means it's suspended. Right? Murder, 15 years. That should the suspect flee to a foreign country? Wait, did he say he left after? Before Tangaroa's last day? Oh my god, it was before his so it was suspended anyways. Fine. As for Tangaroa, I didn't stick around for his final court appearance. Oh no! Fuck! That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Man. Fuck. I guess if I push him. Final court appearance, I go.
Hold it!
At any point in the prosecution, I had more important things to do than worry about some court case. I was busy getting ready to go and become the best. Okay, I'm gonna repress this. And then we'll talk about Zhengfa. Tell us more about your training in Zhengfa if you wouldn't mind. Fine.
Objection!
There we go. The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country, which means that the time you spent abroad doesn't count towards the total time under the statute. But he wasn't the suspect. So it's like someone hit pause while he was in Zhengfa? It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet, but that will depend on how long you stayed in Zhengfa, Mr. Gusto. It was 3 years exactly. 3 years? Hold on. Nobody say anything until I've done the math. The murder happened 18 years back. The statute is 15 years. Add the 3 overseas. 50 plus 3 makes exactly 18, which means no way. The statute hadn't expired after all. He's about to... Bingo! 18 years exactly. Glad you worked it out for yourselves. Just been stringing along this whole time. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now. But ISM went down at the end of December. It's April now, which it means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost's murder. If Gusto's stay in Zhengfa really lasted 3 years on the nose, it's not enough. We're a few months short. Not enough, but, what did I tell you? You can't touch me! I hate to admit it, but he'd read the board well when he made his confession. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. If only the statute had been suspended for another year. Those who would turn over must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Okay, but that's so improper. That's so fucking improper, dude.
Objection!
There's no need to go adding to your rap sheet just yet. We're not done here, far from it, because there's still a way we can nail him. There is? Alright, Malzarino, pep talk. I need you to think back over everything you know about the case. Gusto's overlooked one critical thing that you yourself were led to believe wrongly about. Which is, he wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came down that day was. Which means there's still one way left to us. Crack open your statues for dummies there and take another look. But if we make good use of that verdict now, we can make Gusto pay in full for what he's done. Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. That's my client, Miles, and I can't bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this fight. So whether we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Bringing Mr. Gusto to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. So, should I raise an objection and play that card or not? Raise an objection! I don't care! My father and Mr. Von Karma, one sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow. The one that seeks to reveal the truth. This court has reached its final verdict. Objection! Gusto has been found not guilty on all counts.
Objection!
No, Your Honor, Mr. Carmelo Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. You mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest? I do. Okay, organized, convicted as an accomplice based on his confession. And then this would be indictment to the end from any is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of the trial. So it's still 1 year extra.
Take that!
Very well. Is there a particular page of IS case file you would like to suspect data? I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tangerole was convicted as an accomplice, and it took around 1 year from his indictment for that verdict to be reached. Yes, that does seem to be the case. The bookie gave us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitations for murder. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country. And another states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. What? Tangerole was convicted as an accomplice? Yep. Guess you were in Zhangfa when the verdict came down. Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator. Which is clearly news to you. And not good news either, am I right? But how can that be? Tangerole wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent, and you know it. Oh, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in a pleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. If you spent 3 years in Zhangfa, and your accomplice Samson Tangerole was on trial for 1 year, it means you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, the statute of limitations hasn't expired at all. The goddess' judgment is infallible, but that of her servants, it appears, is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we may have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry. No! How could this? You weren't supposed to be able to— 18 years. That's a long time to let somebody else suffer for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gusto, and not a moment too soon. But I'm finally the greatest. My brilliance has been recognized. I gave up everything for this. Everything, even my son. More's a pity, but you can't run for the law forever. Because the bills come due at last. It's time for the breakdown. Oh my god, he kills himself. I mean, he kills his sculpture. Mr. Gusto's all set for his trip downtown, sir. Oh, good. Which means it's your turn next, right? I suppose so. Judes. I'm so sorry, everybody. I caused you all so much trouble. But, thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last. I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your actions, Miss Bound. But those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So allow me to apologize in return. On behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself for it all. Starting with those sculptures. Hey Judes, you think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. And there's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Aw. Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Oh, she's about to cry, man. Sorry, ma'am, but you gotta come with me now. Of course. Now you owe us an apology, Judge Gavel. Why did you lie to us? I? What are you talking about? You implied that there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't true. Surely anyone truly committed to seeing justice done would have called one as soon as the body was found. I I am under no obligation to answer such questions. And clearly you have no intention of doing so either. Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. If by threat meaning threat to your corruption, then yes, I am a threat. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. Now, I must be on my way. Bitch. What the heck? And after you caught the real killer and everything. Isn't that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? Why did you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job! My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winter. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person. I don't get it. Eustace, please! I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you a winner. I mean, okay. I think Edgeworth sees a lot of himself in Eustace. Because, like, if you look at this statement, I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you a winner. That was really the Von Karma way of thinking. Remember, their whole motto was to be the greatest at everything, to be perfect at everything, to prosecute everything perfect. And ever since game number 1, Edgeworth's core beliefs was shaken. And now that Ace Attorney Investigations 1, 2, even the original Ace Attorney's game number 2, and what did he? Yeah, he was in game 3. He actually kind of can I say he see them as father and son? They're too similar. Yeah, exactly. So I really think Edgeworth should be a little nice. Should be nicer on. I mean, I think Edgeworth is a little nicer on Eustace instead of seeing him as a pest. Eustace had been a lot like Edgeworth, so I want to hope. So we've played again the base games up to game 5. We finished game 5. So we know that Edgeworth becomes the head prosecutor, right? I would love to see another side Ace Attorney Investigations 3 with Eustace, actually. That would be great. Come on, like give us Simon Blackwell, give us Eustace, let them be a buddy cop. That would be the funniest. Let Eustace Winter and Simon Blackwell work together. That would be the bomb. Oh my god, that was like Eustace is like cluelessness, like clumsiness, like stumbling his way through cases and somehow figuring them all out, while Simon Blackwell is on the side, just figuring things out, but like letting Eustace figure it all out, because it's more amusing to Simon Blackwell. I would love that. I want Eustace to be the main character. I only want him to be the main character if he's still a bit dumb. I mean, yeah, we have Phoenix Wright. He's still a bit dumb, and he was the main character. So yeah, why not have Eustace be the main character? Like, let him be our lovable dumb idiot. And then he just gets flashes of insight somehow, sometimes. And then sometimes when he's like stuck, super stuck, Simon Blackwell comes in to give him vital pieces of information, just because he finds it so amusing to watch Eustace figure it out and see everyone go down because of him. That would be so good. Please, Capcom, I beg of you. I beg of you. I beg. I beg. Give us a Eustace main character game. We already have Apollo Justice. Fuck him. He had his time in the limelight. We had Athena. What was it? Athena. I forgot her name. We'll remember her in the game number 6. But give us Eustace. We need more Ace Attorney investigation. This was fun. This is fun. We got we don't have to just be in the trial at all times. We have to walk around solving the cases. It's such a it's just such a great breath of fresh air. Thank you so much for the follow, Eustace, my goddamn savior. I really appreciate you. I would love to have more Eustace in our games, and I hope that Eustace becomes more important, like more consistent, like not consistent. I hope that Eustace comes on, comes up more in the next case. I would love that. Also, we have a 3-minute ad coming up. I will keep playing until we get that ad break notification, and when it does, I will be still in chat. We'll still be talking in game in chat here. That's going way over my head. You'll get it soon, buddy. I'm going home. It's okay, buddy. What was that all about? Eustace still has a lot to learn. See, Edgeworth is so nice to Eustace. It's because Edgeworth sees himself in him. I swear. Wowsy wowsy. Yes. I just wanted to say, oh, Greggy Pegleg would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. That, and thanks for helping old poor Sammy. Of course. Hey, Edgy, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Verity go? Okay, ad break! Time to get some water, stretch, and fix your posture. Okay. Also, I am getting important Discord notifications. Oh, my back's hurting. It's what happens when you get old. I'm 28. Okay, I got no new emails. Okay, excellent. We have 52 seconds. We have almost a minute until the ad break ends. We'll do a bit of stretching. I'm gonna stand up and stretch a little. Ah! Alright. 12 seconds, 10 seconds. And sorry, Discord. My Discord is important to me. Well, not Discord itself, but this one chat is important to me. Alright. We're back from the ads. Welcome back. I hope you did some stretching, check your posture, have a drink of water. It'd be funny. Okay, let's do it. Let's do a segment. Let's do a skit. This stream was brought to you by water. Drink water. It might save you someday. It might kill you someday. Fun fact: 100% of people who have died have had water in their life. Wow, you really weren't paying attention, were you? Ah, butts. Though I am loath to admit it, Larry's sketches did come through for us on more than one occasion. Not that I'm about to tell him. Quit it with the glaring, will ya? Whatever I did, I'm sorry. Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you. You totally were. You're just like your pop. He was a terrible liar too. He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. I need to fill Samson in on what went down today. You wanna come with? Yes, of course. Great, then I'm coming too. Wow, we go everywhere really fast. It's like, is the fucking place like right next door? So what's Mr. Tangaroa like? I can't wait to finally meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. It's why 3 p.m. cake extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike. Really? That sounds awesome. You think there'll be any left for us to try? Didn't we find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day? Wow! Okay, so since our last case was like a year ago, right? And I'm talking about actually a full year. Last December. I had totally forgotten about chocolate cake in the case where the prison warden was the murderer. Could they have been some of Mr. Tangaroa's baked goods? Gummy, what are you doing here? I heard you all were coming to see Mr. Tangaroa, so I volunteered to escort him. Aw, you've aged a little, man, but you know what? You look great. Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangaroa. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service. And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty psychic, Kay Faraday. It's very nice to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's son. Is that so? Your father was very kind to me and fought so hard for my case. But in the end, I betrayed him. I made a false confession and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangaroa. Mr. Fender has explained everything to me. Sure did, and now we're here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago. The truth? Judy did all that for me? Crazy kid racked her brain for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you. Oh, Judy. I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come now, Mr. Tangaroa, I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong for all these years, after all. You think so? I guess I'd better show him. Which piece of evidence is proof of the bond Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound share? It's gotta be the fucking candy, right?
Take that!
Those chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did. They're super delicious and sweet. Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day, so that there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy. Aw. I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much so, I'm afraid. I only wish we could hand them to you. Don't worry, sir, I'll make sure he gets them later. Which would be a clear breach of prison policy. Not that I have the authority now to stop him anyways. Thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad. Really, pal? Because I looked up to him a lot. He's my role model. You don't say. It seems fate likes to bring people of all sorts together, huh? You hang in there, Samson. Just a little longer. I should be able to get you out soon. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Nobody should have to wait 18 years just to get justice. So I guess, Yakisoba does not agree with me. It's no longer in me. Oh, I am sorry to hear that, Isaiah. I hope you're feeling better, though, now that it's out of your body. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather... Thank you. Truly. Samson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. I better make sure there's something delicious on the table for her when she finally walks through the door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy. Throwing up isn't anything to worry about. I'm still sorry to hear that. It sucks, man. It still sucks. I-7 incident. It's been 18 long years, but this case we inherited from my father. Also, I'm old. Hey, man, you're dealing with a lot more. You're dealing with a lot more responsibility than I have, and I am truly like I am in awe of that. I respect the hell out of you, man. I've been saying I'm 22 since I was 19, though. I mean, yeah, but like you've been through a lot, and you deserve better. And you know, I hope things get better for you, man. Yeah, Isaiah, like 21 is young, okay? I'm old. I'm a full 1/3 older than you. But I hope things get better, man. You have my utmost respect in regards of like having responsibility and taking care of yourself and taking care of others. You're surrounded by old people. Yes, you are. I'm old. Like I'm so old. I see this not as a job, but now as a hobby. I'm doing this for fun now, right? I know I'm affiliate, but like I totally regret that. I wish I wasn't affiliate, right? I wish I could do this without doing any ads, asking for bits, asking for uh I'm so old. I was in school when Michael Jackson's. You were in school when Michael Jackson died. Yes, I was. Wait, hold on. Michael Jackson died in like the aughts. What was I doing then? I remember. I remember 9/11. The like I was kind of a bit too young to understand when 9/11 happened. I was like 4 when 9/11 happened. I was like, what's going on? Like everyone was devastated. But and then Michael Jackson. When did Michael Jackson die? 2009? Really? Hold on. 2009. What grade was I back then? I was 9, 4th grade. 4th grade. Do I remember? I remember everything. I remember almost everything that happened in 3rd grade, but 4th grade, that was my favorite that was my favorite elementary school teacher. That's all I remember. Yeah. The only thing I remember from 4th grade was that was my favorite elementary school teacher, Mrs. Obenhouse, and I remember her telling us that like she dislocated her whole. I think she actually now I don't remember the full story, but like she fucked up her hand when she was like running towards a door. Like there was a small window at that door, and she accidentally like pushed through it with her hand, and she fucked up her hand. And that's all I remember from that year. Hey, thanks for today. And sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. Not at all. I simply made the call that felt right to me. Huh? What are you guys talking about? You know how Samson was wrongfully convicted. We had to pretend that he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. But to use his false conviction against him, even to save him, as his lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I remember everything from when I was my earliest from when I was 1.5. Ooh, respectable. Mine was 3. So I'm getting there. But yeah, 1.5. That's actually very early to develop long-term memories. But that's cool. Yeah, I can see that. But now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, and I'm sure you will. Wait a minute, does this mean that even if you were only doing what's right, if the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto wouldn't gotten away scot-free? Yep. It's what we folks in the trade like to call legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. Because of things like legal contradictions, right? Yeah. But you never know. Things might change. The law is always evolving, just like us humans. I just remembered, Eustace is my god and savior. I actually have a false memory of when I was like 1 or 1.5. It was and by false memory is that like we have it recorded and I think I remember it, but I'm pretty sure I don't remember it. And that is when I was that young, I was eating shrimp chips. So in Korea we had 새우깡, which is shrimp flavored chip. Like they look like fries, but it's just potato chips. And I remember, I quote unquote remember falling asleep eating those chips, and like it was so funny. We have not VHS, like the mini tapes, for video cameras back then. Of me nodding my head while I had shrimp chips in my hand, and like I'm like fully asleep, but somehow my body recognized me like nodding off, so I'd be like going down, and then my head would just jolt back up, but I'm still asleep, and like the shrimp chip is still in my hand, and I'm just like going down and back up, and then going down and back up. Well, I was staring at my own reflection in the cabinet. I hit my head on it. Oh, uploaded to YouTube. Oh no! We didn't have YouTube back in the day. I think everyone should eat bulldog. Everyone should eat bulldog. It's so good. There's spice levels for everyone. People who hate spice, or to people who love spice. I actually had bulldog today before stream. It was the habanero and lime flavor, and after the water draining process, and then you mix in the sauce packet and the flakes, I added fresh mozzarella. I shredded it, I put it on top, and then stir fried it for a little bit. When I ate 4 minutes. yeah. So add a bit of cheese. The fat helps reduce the spice. Cheese, milk. I think anything with fat, like cheese and milk, helps. Because it binds with the oils in capsaicin. If you hate spice, you're with no fan who hates spice. It's fine. Some people can't tolerate it. Some people can extra tolerate it. It happens. I won't judge you. Unless your spiciest level is at mild, then I'll slightly judge you. At the very least, you should be able to tolerate jalapeno peppers, okay? But that's just me. I don't get people who like spices are masochists. You know, it's really funny because spice, like anything spicy, they've developed capsaicin to be poison for birds, I believe. For birds? I forgot. For certain animals. And then we just look at it, tasty! But yeah, no. It's okay. It's okay to not like spice. I like it. I like the, I guess... No, I like it because of the flavor. I don't like too much spice. I don't like Sichuan peppers. The one that you like people put in for hot pot, like maratang. Yeah, no, I get the appeal of it because it's like numbingly spicy. But I can't remember the chat rules. I don't know how to bring them. Okay. Malatang. So I mean, I wouldn't worry. I'll let you know if you've broken any rules, but you haven't broken anything. As long as you don't tell me that you're under 18, I'm gonna pretend that you are over 18 so that I'm blissfully unaware of it. So malatang, I guess in English. Oh no, English is just called malatang. In Korean we just call it maratang because we don't have an L pronunciation. But yeah. So basically, it's hot pot in China that uses Sichuan peppers, and it is numbingly spicy. It's so spicy that your whole mouth goes numb. And I get the flavor. I just wish it wasn't so numbingly like mouth numbingly I'm sorry, my English sucks. I wish it wasn't so mouth numbing. It's good. I like the taste. I should know malatang because I can't try it. You should. You definitely should, because like if you go to any hot pot place, most hot pot places. I don't know if it's all hot pot places, but if you go to hot pot places, a lot of them are all you can eat buffets, and malatang will be the spiciest thing you ever eat. I mean, sure, there's like Carolina Reapers and all that, but in terms of making sure that you can't feel anything, malatang is where it's at. But yeah, but like you could go to hot pot places. They'll mostly have most of the time they will have malatang. But you can order other soup bases as well. And all you do there, you just order meat, and then they just keep bringing meat to you. You put the raw meat inside the boiling soup, and then you just eat it. It's so good. And since it's all you can eat, oh my god, I fucking love it. Are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. And on that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. I owe you big time, and I always repay my debts, but for now... Thanks again for today. I mean it. Eddie. Did he seem kind of in a hurry to get out of here to you? He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me the chance to reckon with my father's final case. I think when I was a boy, all I ever dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father. But then, during my time with Mr. Von Karma, I learned the way of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. But now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. It may be time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. Oh, Edgeworth and Co. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late. It may have taken 18 years, but we're finally in a position to prove Samson's innocence. All thanks to your boy, Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It was like I was watching you. Look, I know I'm not half the attorney you were, but those guiding principles you tried to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry on your legacy. Here's hoping. Your boy will be joining me in that soon. Aw, that's so cute. It's basically the same picture. I'm not going to fight crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney. I mean, you've always been a prosecutor, Edgeworth. You could always do good as a prosecutor, as long as you're looking for the right way. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. I can't believe it because it took us a year. Technically. Oh, we have 2 more? Hey, look, it's more Eustace. Look, Eustace is in the silhouette. Let's go. And this is Kay Faraday, obviously. But Eustace, let's go. I can't wait. Okay. I'm gonna end it here. I don't like the Eustace case because it's the last case. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I hope Capcom makes a Eustace center story because I love him. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I actually can't believe I hit almost 4 hours on that because I was mostly thinking that I would be burned out after 2. But this was so much fun. It's all thanks to y'all. It's all thanks to chat. You guys made it fun. I love streaming as a hobby. I want to keep streaming as a hobby. And you know what? When you guys are here, it's never a boring time. And I appreciate y'all. And I hope everyone has a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And as always, please remember to take care of yourselves. And I will see you all in the next stream. Alright. Bye-bye!